Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey. And dear God, I hope this is working now. Can you guys hear me? Please tell me you can. And YouTube, from the bottom of my heart, please fix your shit. Christ almighty. Can y'all hear me? Nobody's answered yet. That makes me worried. Somebody. Okay, thank you, Warren. Thank you. If I wasn't annoyed enough, that'll do it. Hey, look, it's if I make a mistake, that's fine. But when it's computer technology that's fucking with me, then I get annoyed. Anyway, hi guys. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. It is right, Tuesday. I don't know what the days are. I have to look at my little calendar on my computer to know, and it tells me yes, it's Tuesday, which means tomorrow I have a doctor's appointment. Yay! So I don't know what time the show will be or if it'll be, and we'll see. We'll see. But for tonight, we're going to talk about overly sensitive people annoying the shit out of me. Because, yeah. You guys might remember the other day, we covered a story. It was this guy from Starbucks. Starbucks, right? He got a random email. From a guy who told him that he likes his coffee like he likes his Starbucks, tall, blonde, and Americano. And the guy from Starbucks lost his fucking mind. He went on a long screed about how he supports women in tech, and the guy was just assuming that he was a cis male who enjoys objectifying women the way he does. And like, Jesus, fuck, man, seriously, calm down. Now, for the record, I tweeted at this man, the Starbucks. I forget what he does. He's kind of he's a tech something or other at Starbucks. Might be time to go to the decaf, my friend. But I tweeted at him like, there was nothing sexist about it, you overly sensitive child. I might have said overly emotional child. I can't remember which way. But the guy blocked me over it. See? Yeah, you're not overly sensitive at all, you little shitbag. But so he throws this out there, and I mean, it was sad, man. It was pathetic the way this guy just fell all over himself over this tiny little joke. Tall person, thank you so much. That last stream was amazing. Through saying nothing, you said everything and helped me one step closer to enlightenment here. I do not need this bit of money where I'm going. Thank you so much, tall person. I appreciate it. Well played, sir. So a little side conversation started where somebody responded to my tweet saying, yeah, but it wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary. You know, I'll read the whole thing. I'm not actually going to show it on screen because I'm not trying to put nobody on blast, but I do want to talk about a very specific part of it because it relates to the things we've talked about many, many times here. So this is what I said. It's still stupid and unnecessary. I get it. We want to all be feminist stupid, but let's be honest. Some comments really aren't needed in a professional context because no one gives a fuck and no one needs to know. One, it wasn't a professional context. It was some rando sending a tweet to this guy or an email to this guy, some fan of the company. And how do we know that? Because the author of the Starbucks epic rant, as the news called it, tells us you don't know anything about me. Well, that was weird. He doesn't know anything about you. So couldn't have been like he's a coworker. It's not like this was some friend of yours. So yeah, it was rando. It wasn't a professional thing. But this is the part. It was stupid and unnecessary. Who are you to judge that? And you know what? Let's say it is stupid and unnecessary. Fine. Okay. What the fuck does that have to do with all the crazy nonsense that fucker spewed? Because there's pictures. So this is part of what he said. You lost me with the line, I like my women like I like my Starbucks order, tall, blonde, Americano. Tech can be a challenging place for women. And apparently somebody saying that they like their Starbucks coffee, tall, blonde, and Americano makes it even harder for women to do tech. I'm not sure how, I don't know where that lines up exactly. Your statement perpetuates the mindset that women are here for our entertainment. No, it doesn't. It's a joke about how he likes tall, blonde American women, and that matches up with the kind of coffee you serve, you stupid fuck. And I will guarantee you, if somebody told him that if it was a woman who said, I like my coffee like I like my men, tall, dark, and Italian, he wouldn't have gone on no fucking screed about, do you understand you're being sexualizing to men and objectifying them and then you're treating them like entertainment? This guy had his period while he typed this. There's no other explanation. He goes on to say, I don't believe that to be true. This type of statement also makes a few dangerous assumptions that I'm a heterosexual and will relate to the objectification of women, that I'm cisgender and haven't personally been objectified / alienated, that I'd feel comfortable objectifying women behind closed doors. Shut the absolute fuck up. Seriously, shut up. So I just pointed out, I said it was a joke. You know what a joke is, right? If not, find someone who does and have them explain the concept of humor to you. All right, that might have been a little mean. But I stand by my statement because it was a fucking joke. It was a joke. And then the person got mad at me. They said, okay, sorry, your followers can't interject their thoughts on Twitter without you getting defensive. Running low on preparation H today? Ooh, somebody's getting snippy. Somebody wants to get edgy. I said, of course, you're free to interject your opinion, but I'm free to interject mine right back. By the way, I don't pay attention to whether or not someone is a follower when I reply. My opinions don't change based on that. Now, I brought that up because they specifically said, your followers can't interject. Of course you can. The fuck does being a follower of mine have to do with it? I didn't say fuck all about whether or not you could speak. And hi, Bear, I saw you. I'm just mid-rant here. Sorry, bud. And then this is the part that really annoyed me. And I missed it until today because I haven't been feeling well. You guys know that. And so I haven't really been playing around on the Twitter. It says, I'm not expecting your opinions to change, but quite frankly, I found a response of, it's a joke, utterly stupid. Like, I have no idea what you're trying to achieve with that. I get the original comment in question was meant to be a joke. What's the problem? Anyway, she goes on. I get that it's fun to dunk on feminists when they take every minor issue to HR, but I still think people should filter their comments in certain settings, especially when they don't know how others will react. Hence my tweet. Thank you, some Dutch dude who says, damn it popped off the screen. Give me 1 second here. Hi, Monkey. I hope you have a great day. Hi, chat. You all have a great day, too. Thank you so much. I hope you have one as well. So, I've talked about the rise of political correctness and how it happened and why it was allowed to fester and eventually grow. And this is what happened. People might not have necessarily saw a problem with the comment, or actually more specifically, somebody who understood that a joke was a joke, had it put into their head, look, that joke is wrong. You don't need to say that joke. That joke's not needed. And people with good intentions are like, you're right. Maybe we shouldn't joke about that. Maybe we shouldn't joke about that. Bam. The start of the social censorship we see these days. Why? Because, that joke isn't necessary. You should filter yourself with that joke in a private fucking email. This wasn't handled by HR. This was handled in public opinion. The motherfucker didn't take this email to HR because it didn't come from within the company. It was some piece of shit online who made a stupid ass joke to him, who should have known better. You were writing Starbucks, for fuck's sake. These are the assholes who shut down all of their stores for 8 hours because one store mistreated a couple of black guys there. Now, those same people, when they told police officers to leave because they were making people feel unsafe, you know how much time they shut the store down for training on that? Take a guess. Take a guess. I bet you can't get it. None. Not a minute. You're literally writing into the belly of the beast at that point. David Brunel is a lucky husband. How does that make his wife's boyfriend unlucky or luckier? I don't know if the guy's married or not. I just know he's a fucking puss. Giant fucking puss. And any of you, I want you guys to pay attention to me here. Because I know you guys don't. I know there's a lot of good-hearted people out there. I really do. This person's a good-hearted person. They're just trying to be nice. Trying to be good. Trying to not upset the apple cart, as it were. And you're enabling this shit to happen. You're enabling it. This was covered in the news as an epic reply to horrible sexism. That's how it came on my radar. It was a fucking news headline. Epic reply to horrible sexism. And you know what? Now you have people, yeah, he really doesn't need to make that joke. He really didn't need to make that joke. Why not? Because it upsets you, because your panties get a little wadded when it happens? What is the harm in that joke? I'm having trouble understanding it. I'm having trouble understanding the sexism of that joke. I really don't understand it. He likes tall blonde women from America. Where's the sexism? Can somebody explain that? Seriously. I just don't understand. Krypton says, what joke? The joke was, I like my Starbucks coffee like I like my women. Tall, blonde, and Americano. That was the joke. It's not the best joke. There's a lot better ones in the thread that we had going on there. The one, I like my coffee. I think it was Frosted, or it was either Frosted or Shield. I'm pretty sure it was Frosted. I like my women like I like my coffee, unable to vote. Like, that was funny. Huh. But this is the problem. Good-hearted people who have no ill. They're not assholes. They're not part of this politically correct bullshit. Except they are. They just don't realize they are. Because they're the kind of people who are like, oh, well, yeah, I guess we don't really need to say that one. Well, what was the word? Unnecessary? Is that what it was? Let me make sure I get the right words. Stupid and unnecessary. There you go. She decided it. Didn't need to happen. It was unnecessary. I need to figure out who it is I have to run all my words through before I know if they're necessary or not. Because I didn't realize we had that kind of system here. I didn't realize that was what dictated speech and communication and fun. There's all kinds of shit in your life that's unnecessary and stupid. You like fireworks? Do you? Do you enjoy a good fireworks show? It's unnecessary and stupid. Really is. We blow shit up in the air for fun. Do you like anything that isn't your food, water, and air? It's unnecessary. And a whole lot of it is fucking stupid. Do you like TV shows? Do you like drama shows? You want to talk about unnecessary and stupid? You don't get to be the arbiter of that stuff. You really don't. Did you see the clips Dank put up of the interview he did with Steve McLean? I did not, Bear. I heard about it. Satsu and Scribbles filled me in a little bit of it. I will probably watch it eventually. Sounded like it was Dank in top form, like he was outside the courthouse with that asshole who said, what's it? He said there was a reporter outside the courthouse after Dank got, I think it was when he got found guilty. And the reporter, it's never okay under any context to say gas the Jews. And Dank went, really? You just said it. It was awesome. It was fucking awesome. Because like, yeah, you just painted yourself into a corner there, bud. Excuse me. BG says it was offensive because these idiots have listened to sex negative feminists. So male being attracted to a female is offensive to these morons. You know what? I'll even give you that. But I don't understand how that makes it sexist at all. Is simply liking women sexist? Because I hate to break it to you, women, men like you. Probably not some of you, because some of you are heinous bitches. And that's not to say there aren't some complete shitbag asshole men. I'm just saying some women are heinous bitches. Anyhow, there was nothing wrong with that email. There really wasn't. And this guy losing his shit over it was fucking retarded. And doing anything other than pointing and laughing or keeping your fucking mouth shut, yeah, it's going to cause me to respond, because if you think that joke was stupid and unnecessary, reread your tweets. Prospero says raise his hand to heinous bitches. Oh man, we've read about so many of them on this show. So many. Women who are just awful. That woman who tried to set her husband up as a pedophile and child porn watcher. Who the fuck does that? Who does that? We read the one about that poor bastard the other day at Cambridge. The bitch stole his house. Bitch stole his house. Yeah, bitches are crazy, man. Be careful with bitches. Probably get in trouble for calling them bitches too, because heinous bitches get mad when you call them that. Oh man. Yeah. Jeffrey Epstein hit with a lawsuit a day before he was found injured on cell floor. Unless they're correlated, that's not a story. I mean, my mom has been to see Mrs. Brown Boys live as well, actually. I don't know who those are or what that is. First season Mrs. Brown's Boys is the best Martin, the old 90s sitcom? What the fuck are we talking about here? I really don't know what's going on in chat there. Oh God. Yeah, otherwise I wasn't really on Twitter today, guys. I don't know. I've had some fun over there, but for me it was a light day. So let's go through what else pissed me off today real quick. We covered a lot of this on the show yesterday, which was technically today-ish, because it was only 15 or so hours ago that we did this. We had Trump was in trouble because he what was the one he did today? Hang on, I'm trying to find it again. Oh, he called Reverend Al Sharpton a racist. Once again, like the Baltimore thing, I thought people knew. I don't understand why this is a big. I thought everybody knew he was a racist. He might as well wear a shirt that says it. Shit, my phone's going off and I have no idea where I put it. Huh. I should probably figure that out eventually. We had the guy from on Joe Scarborough's channel on his show yesterday on what is that, on MSNBC? I forget where Scarborough landed. Who said that the Democrats, if they want to win, they need to do what they've never done. Use fear. Democrats have never used fear, y'all. Never once in the history of the Democratic Party, and certainly not within the last, say, 3 years, have they used fear in any way to push their propaganda. I believe this is a good time to remind you that the 12 years we have to fix global warming has been moved down to 18 months. 18 months. So that's just a reminder. We have to fix the Democrats' one of their pet political points of global warming in 18 months instead of 12 years. But don't worry, they don't use fear as a motivator. I can't believe the motherfucker had the nerve to say that, and that he was able to keep a straight face. Because I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I'm sorry, Polly. Polly just said, you started a new stream. Is there a new link? I'd sent the old one and then forgot to send the new one. There we go. Yeah, there was some technical issues on the YouTube side, and I couldn't fix it, so I had to restart. But yeah, so the Democrats, they don't use fear, and it's like your whole platform has been fear. Literally, it's been fear. We have to get rid of guns because you're all going to get shot. Y'all remember this, right? This isn't something I'm just making up. We have to get rid of guns, especially those really scary looking military style weapons. So they call them military style weapons. Yeah, okay. Then you're not using fear. You're not trying to scare the shit out of people when you say stupid shit like that. Not at all. Good morning, Polly.
Morning.
I'm glad you're here for this part of the rant. Sorry about the link thing. Yeah, I'd sent the original, but that stream had irreconcilable differences with me. So it had to be terminated with extreme prejudice.
It's all right. You won't have to put up with hangouts for but like what, 3 more days?
2 more days.
2 more days?
Yeah, today's the 30th, right? Yeah. It goes bye-bye on the 1st. Excuse me. I still haven't figured out how I'm going to do this show and have guests on, so.
Neither have I.
So.
I haven't figured out I'm going to do the show and like the regular show, good comic book curation. I ran a test stream last night and my computer's not really up to the task. Not really.
Can quizzes do it?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, it still doesn't really answer where we're going to be meeting though. So all of us can do it, right? Like I can send him like a stream key and then he can be the OBS guy, but that means he's going to have to be the host because he'll have to have the material in front of him to do the reading, right?
Yep.
Because if he's the one OBSing it, he's the one who has to screen share because we can't, like, where are we going to go where we can screen share now?
Right.
You know?
Yep. You're right.
Odd problems keep cropping up with it. So a bunch of people have asked me by DM and some people on Twitter and then some people in chat, and far as asking now, what happened to the test stream? I took it down. It was a test. Shit. It would be Monkey. You should have seen this fucking stream. Basically, I was streaming until you came on, but then I don't know, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning, roll around. You still haven't started. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to bring this thing to an end. I was just the test of it was like a stress test on my computer. How many things can I like run at one time that I would need to run during a stream before my CPU maxes out? And it maxes out quite quickly, unfortunately. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm with you, man. It's garbage. I really wish they hadn't done this. YouTube. Instead of fixing your shit, you're just breaking other shit. Thank you for that.
Yeah. They're like, you told them to fix your shit for how long you been saying that now? And their version of fixing shit. Yeah. It's just, okay, let's just take it away.
Yeah,
it was the best stream. That's so insulting, man. You should have seen this stream last night, Monkey. It's just random shit of Jack and I talking trash, like about nothing. Like it was like, I mean, I know you say your shows like Monkey in the Morning's random. Oh no, man, that was whoo.
Those can sometimes be the most fun streams, though, to be honest.
Yeah.
Polly, I don't know if you heard what I was ranting about there, but
the Democrats,
a Democrat who claimed that the Democrats never used fear. Now, in campaigning, they have to use fear because they never use it, and they need to use that to win. You're a gun guy, right?
I am, of sorts, I guess.
Would you describe the way that guns are described by many liberals, including a lot of them who were on the debate stage last month and will be again tomorrow night, that the way they talk about guns is fear-mongering?
Yes, yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm just making sure it's not just me, because I've been accused of being just wanting to dunk on people.
No, but I mean, I don't know. If there's one thing I'm tired of is people talking about like audiences have become more savvy now. Like people are internet savvy and you can't, do the same old corny stories, for example, with TV shows, what have you, Netflix shows, movies. Audiences are savvy now. Oh, fuck that. Enough of this fucking bullshit. politicians do the same things that they've always done and they always worked, and then they're working now. It's talk about how you're against war, except for those people that totally need to be bombed back to the ice age. Like, talk about like we're all going to die in a fucking 12 years, or is it 18 months, or is it tomorrow because of climate change? It was a global warming, global cooling, or climate change. It's all the things. It's all the things. We're talking about it's the other side that fear mongers constantly. Those bastards, don't you hate it? Vote for us or you're all going to die. Isn't it awful how they fear monger? Of course. I mean, who cares? They're talking to they're pressing buttons with their fucking audience. There's nothing surprising about it. If people were actually savvy and rolled their eyes when these things happened, if people turned off fucking news entertainers because they're more about entertainment than news, then these things wouldn't be continuing on. People aren't savvy.
Well, in fairness on the whole fear thing, I've heard politicians on the trail say this too. And they'll also say things like, we don't go negative. And then the very next thing they're doing is, shitting on the person they're running against. Like, well, we were negative. And they get away with this. They get away with this, guys, because they honestly don't believe the people who say, look, the world's going to end in 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's not fear mongering to them. They're just telling you facts.
Well, yeah.
And if you're just telling somebody facts, that's not fear mongering.
I mean, we were busting balls and laughing a little bit earlier in Discord with like, yeah, there's the exceptions that you allow don't make you a hypocrite. They make you clear-headed, right? And interestingly, the allowances and exceptions that you afford are always the things that get you out of accused of being a hypocrite. So thus somebody can say, let's get rid of racism, ageism, and sexism, because aren't those old white men awful?
Yeah, right.
One sentence.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, hold on. You were just said something that's racist, ageist, and sexist with that very one sentence. And it's like, oh, well, that's different because you see, and then the history of oppression, marginalization, blah, 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 justifies it. And it's like, so you get to identify an enemy by age, race, and sex, but don't be ageist, racist, or sexist. That's convenient for you. Interesting how that works. It's like, don't fear monger. I mean, like I said, remember when they were talking about Dick Cheney as Darth Vader? Like that was it. A vote for John McCain is a vote for a third term for the Bush presidency. Do you really want to see that? Continuing war and death and fuck off. Everybody fear mongers. It's the other side. You accentuate the worst things that could happen because of their policies and downplay your own. That's savvy my ass. People aren't savvy.
What that guy's doing is going to hurt you. That's the whole point. Or at the very least, what I'm going to do for you is better than what he would do for you. Even in that point, I mean, you're not necessarily fear mongering, but it's still like, this is the better way to go. If you go that way, you're not going to get as much.
No,
you want fear mongering? Not really, but still.
You want to see some quality fear mongering? Check out the election of what would have been 1862 or 1863. It would have been 63, I think. Anyway, doesn't matter. No, if it was 1860, it would have been 1864. Anyway, never mind. I'm just being a history nerd here. Where it was George McClellan up against Abraham Lincoln. And Abraham Lincoln going for his second term, right?
Mm-hmm.
You should have seen the McClellan ads. You want to talk about fear mongering? Yeah, you should see the posters. Like Lincoln as a skeleton. He was the candidate of death because he's all he's going to do is continue on with war. Keeping in mind, McClellan was one of his former generals of the Union Army, right? And even one of his former generals refused to continue on this senseless war. I will bring an end to the war. If you vote for Lincoln, you get miscegenation and death. Oh my God, it's going to be an endless mixing of the races. This means the end of everything. This guy's going to kill us all. He won't stop till we're all dead. Jesus. And my point of bringing up such an old election is just, well, first of all, I mean, Abraham Lincoln is now thought of as Saint Lincoln. So, they'll try it against anybody at any time. And it's worked for a long time. It's not like you can tell them it's a bad idea. How do you get a politician to not pursue a path that works? What would be the point? For the sake of honesty and integrity?
the few times that you've actually had somebody try that, they get the shit kicked out of them. Scribe was talking about one of those tonight. Well, it was Oliver North. In one of his, I think he ran for the House, and his campaign manager insisted, look, we're not going the low road. And then afterwards, he's like, man, if I had to do it over again, I'd bury that motherfucker. Well, he said son of a bitch, but yeah, you know why? Because if you try to stay on the high road, that guy over there scaring the shit out of everybody about what's under that high road you're on. Oh, Grouchy Gamer, thank you. Read a tweet yesterday that said there's a mass shooting every day. No, they don't, fearmonger. Yeah, it's Satsu was talking about that tonight on Lords of the Night. Guy, honestly, there's a mass shooting every day. And people try to correct him like every day. Every day.
No, it's fine. Just define mass shooting, in a certain way. And you're right.
Yep.
The news entertainers of the world, your Don Lemons, will come out with stats to verify it. See, when we present the truth here, and they fuck these words up the ass. It's what? There's nothing new about that. Just how widespread it is the new thing. I mean, but the tactic is old as fuck.
It is, yeah. And I can't believe this motherfucker that said it on Joe Scarborough's show today didn't burst into flames. Well, yesterday didn't burst into flames. I'm like, you did not just say that out loud.
Hey, there's a guy I don't beat on as a news entertainer enough. Scarborough, man, that guy,
that dude. Oh my god.
I mean, he's holy shit. He's on some other shit. That guy. He is. It is a video op-ed every show he does. You know what I mean? He can't wait to here's the news now, and as he said, like the 3 sentences worth of news, he then goes off into the opinion stuff. He can't wait. He says one sentence of something that happened and then offers his bullshit opinion on it. Then goes on.
Yeah.
Donald Trump said this today, if you can believe it. Can't help but make his little comments. Joe Scarborough, man. But
that's right.
You got to give Joe Scarborough credit, not in a good way. It's the way you would give a thief the credit for having the intelligence to have broken in a particularly clever way. You're complimenting him, but it's not a good compliment. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Joe Scarborough at least made a protest song. Remember that?
Yeah, he did.
For those who don't know, the news guy, Joe Scarborough, recorded this awful adult contemporary acoustic sounding protest song about the resistance. And they actually played it at the end of his news program. Go to iTunes and buy it now. And y'all think the news entertainment thing that I say is meant to make fun of them. No, it's meant to describe them accurately. You should have heard it. It was so bad. It was, when the time comes for you to rise up. It was very Joan Baez,
mm-hmm.
70s singer-songwriter acoustic bullshit hippie garbage. And it was all about the resistance and standing up. And there's a little music video for it and everything. Imagine that. Okay, try and imagine Ted Koppel with a fucking acoustic guitar singing about whatever the fuck. Try and imagine Peter Jennings doing that. These people have no dignity left. They don't care. Everyone's doing it, so it doesn't seem weird.
They get paid.
Yeah, 6 figures.
Yeah, the crazier you are, you might even bust into 7 figures if you do it right. Look at Maddow, man. She was just a crazy bitch on the radio until till MSNBC popped up, and they're like, "Hey, we need an ugly dyke to run this show." They're like, oh, get her.
Same thing with Laura Ingraham.
Yeah, absolutely.
Huge radio show or whatever. Yeah. She had her audience on radio, but I mean, it was what it was. You know what I mean? She was syndicated the way it was syndicated, but then all of a sudden Fox News comes calling, and it's like, Jesus Christ.
7 figures.
Yeah, man.
Well done. Well done for being a shill for everything. Did you see Scribe's stream yesterday?
I did not. I haven't actually watched many videos.
No, that's fair enough. I didn't see it either. He talked about it on the show. It's the only reason I know what it was about. Do you know what the DCCC is? It's the Democratic. It's a Democratic Congressional Caucus. I don't remember what the third C is for.
Okay.
Their chairman stepped down yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
She was being pressured to step down because she was white. No scandal. No talk that she'd done her job wrong. No indication that she herself was racist at all. Step down because they need more representation.
All of them. I mean, this is right out of Saul Alinsky's rule for radicals, right? Make them live by their own standards. Force them to live by their own standards. Judge them if they don't.
Except it was them living by their own stated standards.
No. One person? No. Listen, I don't care if you're a lesbian, Rachel Maddow. You're a privileged white woman. Stop taking up the spots that one of Joy Reid's friends could have.
Yeah, you're right. You are right.
That was part of the fucking when I went haywire on the last stream. And it was just like, you're white. It's not about you should think a certain way that you're white. It's you're a fucking hypocrite because you talk about representation and your privilege, but you're still occupying a platform and a spot that could be taken up by a marginalized individual. Get out of the way. Shut up. Just because you virtue signal doesn't, you're virtue signaling from a privileged place. Well, sure, I got this like large role in an MCU film to play Captain Marvel, but I recognize that I'm privileged, so it's okay. No, upper middle class, blonde, blue-haired white lady from Southern California, you fucking stereotype. It's not okay. Get the fuck out of the way and allow a POC to take that role. How dare you take a spot that could have been had by a minority? How dare you?
And I get what you're saying.
Get out of the way. That should be the only statement that comes at anybody who talks about, Mark Wade's line, the strong have to protect the weak. Did you just call them weak? No, that's not what I meant. Then get out of the way and shut up. What are you doing?
And I get what you're saying. I do. Because you're not wrong. However, forcing somebody out of their job because of their skin color. That's what I'm looking for here, Polly. Racist. That's it.
No, what monkey? People like using the term now, accelerationist. I guess this would make me an accelerate.
What is that?
Accelerationist.
What the fuck is an accelerationist?
Somebody wants things to accelerate so they can end quicker.
Oh God. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. People like terms, so there's another one for you.
I call them assholes and racists because that's what they are.
Well, no, it's just like this is going to die out sooner or later. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be later for my taste and not sooner. So I'm like, no, force them to live up to the standard. Force them. Like it's like it's when the white people that are woke are like, I'm not going to leave my 6-figure job. You fucking racist. When they're being denounced, no, this isn't me. I point at other people and call them racist. I'm woke. No, Anna Kasparian, you need to get the fuck out of the way and allow a marginalized person to have your job. Like, what are you, a conservative? You gonna vote for the Republicans now? Get the fuck out of the way. Why are you stealing somebody else's spot? That's the only time that they would shut up, when it actually affects them personally.
But here's the thing. We have a situation right here. This woman did nothing wrong. Nothing. And Lawyer Dog had put the actual thing. It's the Congressional Campaign Committee. These are the people working to get Congress reelected, to hold on to Congress. Excuse me. And she did get out of the way. So what'd she do? She stepped aside.
When the Democrats are actually recognized in a widespread way as being the party that will have nothing to do with white people because those filthy, guilty bastards, et cetera, that will make them step away from it. You want to end the radicalization in the DNC? Let's accelerate it. Let's do it more and more and more.
I don't think it will. I think what you're going to see is, I think you're going to see them cow like they do right now. They're going to be like, you know what? You're right. I don't really need that.
How many people are going to want to vote for them? That's the point. Like, I mean, the mass of America are not these radicals, man. They're not even close. Twitter does not represent America. Twitter does not represent Twitter. The majority of the people on Twitter don't send 200 tweets a day. Those are the fucking 4% nut jobs.
You say that.
Those are the only people you ever hear from.
You say that, but who won the popular vote in 2016? And I know, yes, California was part of it. But even, take California off. It was still incredibly close. This stuff, I mean, it's not. What is going to be their option? Okay, we're not going to vote for them anymore. I'm going to vote Republican. Because the party itself, the top of the party, we're not talking about news entertainers here. We're talking about the actual party himself. I mean, in 2016, do you remember Bernie Sanders just let 2 black women have his stage? And then what was his response to that? Do you remember? He came out and apologized for how those poor women were treated and promised to give more of a black voice to his campaign.
And remember how it went when he was on stage. Okay, that was one isolated incident that people did not talk about. And I don't mean that nothing like that had ever happened before. I simply mean for Bernie, Is that what is that what people remember? Is that what the Bernie bros remember? No, not at all. It's talked about because John Ward talks about it, because people make fun of him online for it. It's a small little group. The mass of America aren't even aware that fucking happened. What happened when Bernie Sanders, during the debate that everyone was watching, says white people don't know what it's like to live in the ghetto? Most people were like, are you fucking kidding me? You're saying there's no poor white folks? Are you insane? And everybody who was trying to carry water for him came on him too, but for a different thing, for using the word ghetto because it was so outdated. It made him look old. That's it. I mean, there's an authentic reaction. Idiots who are trying to fucking language police, and the rest of everyone say, what the fuck are you talking about, Bernie?
Anthony Vogel says 22% of Americans are on Twitter. Of those people, 10% send 80% of the tweets. Twitter is not real life. No, it's not real life. And I'm not judging this by Twitter. I'm not judging this just by Twitter. I mean, the changes I've seen in our society predate Twitter, and they've been coming on faster and faster. Blaming it on just Twitter, or just suggesting it's only Twitter that this is happening to. It's funny because I've heard things like, well, it's only Twitter. I've heard it's only colleges. I've heard it's only the elite white liberals. Those numbers start to add up when you put them all together.
Those numbers start to add up because, and it comes down to, a number of variables. But the one that's most important is the stick that they swing. The social justice stick, the fear of being labeled a bigot, racist, sexist, homophobe, Islamophobe, xenophobe, right?
Yep.
And that gets people to react and say, oh, okay.
Yep, it sure does.
Whatever you want. Well, yeah, but this is what I'm getting at. The only way to get that to stop is for people to say, this is just bald-faced racism. It's nothing else other than that. Fuck your exceptions. Because when someone says you're a racist and the response is not, no, I'm not. The response is, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and you know what? But we have this whole idea that you can't be racist unless you're white. I mean, it is surprising how many people believe that. And even if you want to say it's just online, that's still a surprising number of people who believe that nonsense. That blacks, I mean, it's actually taught that you what is it? Power plus privilege.
Yeah,
you can't be racist unless you have power over other people.
And over on Black YouTube and watch people laughing at that. It's like, Jesus Christ, you should see some people that I know. So I'm just saying, you make it sound like it's like universally widespread. It's an idea that's spreading. I would argue that it's an idea that's spreading because the people that would push back against it don't want to, for fear of being called a racist. It's always about the stick that they swing. What's the weapon? What's the leverage that they have? Your fear of catching that label. Well, until the fear of the label goes away, oh well, they might, they're not going to stop. I mean, you have a concern about spreading. Good, so do I, because it is just racism. It is plain on the face of it. I hear you. I mean, we're in agreement there. It's the only way. And so, get with me on this accelerationist thing. Do it more and more, Democrats. Make it look like you're the most racist fucking party out there. And it's like, unless you get a whole fuck ton of white people voting for you, you're not going to win. Barack Obama wouldn't have won if white people didn't vote for him. People are going to talk about like, 98%, 96%, depending on whose stats you look at, of black voters that turned out voted for Barack Obama. Yeah, and it's like, okay, and what percentage of the demographic of eligible voters of African Americans actually turned out? Well, 15% more than they did for the previous election. Yeah, you didn't answer the question. What percentage of them turned out? Not what percentage increase.
But that percentage increase is also important.
It's shockingly low, is the point. There is no 100% of the eligible voters from the African American demographic could show up, and half of all Hispanics and a third of all white people voting a different way, and their vote wouldn't matter when 100% of them show up. There's the brutal reality of electoral politics. Why do you think the Democrats are paying more attention to Hispanic voters than they are to African American voters? One, African Americans are in the pocket, and they're just going to vote for them no matter what, out of fear of being labeled, oh God, an Uncle Tom or 15 other disgusting things, right? And the other part of it is Hispanics are 16%, African Americans are like 12.8 right now, and lowering. Wait till the next census comes out. Yeah, it's because they know they're a lessening demographic. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's why they play for the Hispanic vote. That's why that 34% of Hispanics that voted for Donald Trump blew their minds so badly. I thought we had them in the pocket. This is the guy who wants to close the borders. What the fuck? You know? My point being is that there's not going to be they're moving in a radical direction. The DNC is. Yes, the Progressive Caucus in Congress has a hell of a lot more sway than they should have. There's always a small group of radicals that have more sway, and it's the tail wagging the dog. It was that way with the Tea Party with the Republicans. It was that way with the Trump group. Remember all the Never Trumpers that opposed them?
Hang on. With the Tea Party, it was different. The Tea Party's main push from the beginning was fiscal responsibility, something the Republicans have been pushing for decades. They don't govern that way, let's be honest, but it's something that they've been pushing for. We are in an election now where we actually have, for the second time in a presidential election, an openly socialist person, as well as all of the other candidates up there basically taking most of his socialist ideas and cheering them on. That is not something we've ever seen. That even the Democrats have always been like, no, we're not social. We're not socialists. No. And now they're like, yeah, fuck it, we are.
But you're looking at
a major sea change.
I don't disagree. Well, okay, I don't disagree with you on what you said. I don't. But you're looking at it in terms of the content of what a small contingent inside of a party is saying. You're saying, you know, what's different is the content of their message. Okay. My point is a higher up one. I don't mean a more important one. I just mean it's like a higher level of analysis, meaning it's broader. It's a small contingent inside of both parties that are the tail compared to the dog, and they're able to make the dog wag. And what's consistent amongst them? What's the generalizable understanding? They're radical. They've got a louder message, and they've got more energy and enthusiasm behind their message. Oh well,
I don't think they're as radical as you seem to think they are. I think they're more mainstream in the party.
Progressive?
Yeah, I think they're more mainstream.
They are. They're radical. A lot inside the Democratic Party, the majority of feelings. You think that the majority of people are down for the progressivism? They're not. Yes. I mean, the polls don't lay it out. I mean, polls could be wrong, but the polls don't represent that idea.
Which polls are we talking about?
Well, Pew Research is polls, for example. That's the only one that I can name off the top of my head that I remember clearly because it was recent.
Okay, what does it show exactly?
Young Democratic voters don't hold to the degree that they thought the radical opinions of progressivism.
Well, again,
I mean,
radical opinions. Because as my point being is what's radical today is vastly different. What was radical just 8 years ago?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
vastly different on that side. Now, when it comes to the Republicans, I mean, again, and this is pretty much, if you don't agree with a Democrat, you're a Nazi. So that's where the right line is. And the left line is now Stalin and Lenin were the greatest people ever born, is the far left. And the middle isn't actually a middle in there. It's just over here to that Stalin side.
Yeah, but I don't understand what okay.
My point being is that things are changing. It's not just on Twitter.
They are, but you make it sound like they don't keep changing. I mean, they have changed and they will continue to change. This is what's meant by the swaying passions of the people. This is what is referenced by the founding fathers, especially people who were writing the Federalist and Anti-Federalist papers. How can we mitigate the swaying passions of the people? Think about the difference between September 2001 to the same month 10 years later. 10 years. And it went from, we're willing to pass the Patriot Act and we're willing to go to war in the Middle East and rah America, etc. Hyper-patriotism. Fast forward 10 short years. What is it? Islamophobia is everywhere. We need to this marginalized community. My God, my God. What have we done? Let me talk about swaying passions. And it's like, there's no way that a short number of years ago that we would have ever said, hey, we need to put, we need to have universal health care and include illegal residents on it. You know, that would have been unthinkable in Obama's time. And now they're saying it's a swaying passions. And
except it wasn't that unthinkable. It was just not something the party itself was willing to embrace. It was said by many people. There were a lot of people who thought Obamacare didn't go far enough, that we needed single payer at the very least. And there's been people pushing for covering illegals on everything for decades. It's the swing. And what I'm talking about here is it's not just that things are swinging one way or the other. I said this before. The pendulum is broke. It is broken off and it's just flying to the left now. And a lot of people keep telling me, no, it's going to go back the other way. It's going to go back the other way. And even the most, taking September 11th, okay, it was almost within the first month of September 11th, things were already going back the other way. They were like, oh, whoops, we went too far. There was already, oh my God, you're being Islamophobic. This stuff had already started happening a month later. The swing, there hasn't been a swing back to the right. Even now with Trump in there, Trump hasn't even been a big swing to the right.
Well, see, then this is what I would argue is that, like, I understand what you're saying, but I don't think it's a swing between right and left. I mean, it's not. It's a movement all around. Like, this was swaying passions in different directions. Who the fuck could have predicted that? Other than Sticks, X, and Hammer claims he predicted everything, could have guessed that 2 years prior to the 2016 presidential election, that the mass of the party, like of their voters, would suddenly be willing to move, not vote for a classic Republican who has the Republican bona fides to demonstrate that they are a conservative politician, and vote for a guy who his entire life was a New York Democrat. And then 5 minutes ago, he says he's a Republican because the Democrats won't have him. And then voted for that guy because he represented just something from the outside, was going to drain the swamp, et cetera, and a bunch of catchy phrases. Yeah, let's vote for this guy. At least he's a patriot. Everyone else doesn't seem like they're very patriotic. That's not a swing to the right or the left. Exactly.
I'll give you that. It wasn't. And again, I'll point you to the fact that he did not win the popular vote. This is what I'm saying. The leftist crap that has been going on, this stuff that I'm told, hey, it's not that bad, it's only on Twitter. It is infecting everywhere.
And Monkey, you've got to agree with me on this, because you said second time you brought that up, the popular vote. I would say that two things need to come into consideration when you think about that. One of them you already named. You said either New York or Los Angeles. It's actually both of them. If you remove both New York and Los Angeles from that calculus, he didn't win the popular vote. It's like, well, he came close. Right. Which leads to point number two. The mass media, with the exception of Fox News, and it was Fox News for a while, because remember, Megyn Kelly was still there, and Donald Trump was here talking about her bleeding out of her whatever, as he said. Yeah, because he went at her the way that he did, and then she came back at him the way that she did when she had that massive platform on Fox News. So it was everybody in the mainstream media, even certain elements of Fox News, relentlessly going after this guy as the most unpresidential person. He could not have had worse bad press. And it all turned into good press in the end for him with his potential voters, because they were all like, yeah, he's totally different. Every time you say something bad about this guy, I'm just getting the sense that he's an outsider. And it's like, but this isn't right or left. Think about it. The most maintained massive campaign against one guy ever in terms of size, amount, and minutes dedicated to it. And then the largest amount that had ever been spent on a presidential campaign, $1.6 billion for Hillary Clinton's campaign. And a bitch still didn't win. Talk about being out of touch and not a reason for existential concern. Is there a reason for concern? Yes. Are things going in a direction where you need to be worried about the future of the Republic? I would argue no.
I would argue absolutely yes. And 12 years isn't our worry. 50 years is. 50 years out, this country's not going to look like it does now. You mentioned earlier, people will start worrying about it when it's their jobs. I don't think they will. I think that rather than, you mentioned it, they're afraid. You should give up that job and let a black person have it. No, I need my job. Are you racist? No.
And Monkey, that will wear thin. People are generally.
I don't think it will.
2-3 years ago, people on the internet were already sick of being called racist because they dealt with people, the SJWs, the feminists, et cetera, that everything's bigot, racist, sexist, homophobe, right? That's bleeding into, and it has to. Think of all of the fucking big sticks that people have swung in the past. Before the attack on Pearl Harbor, you're an interventionist. You want imperial America. You want to be like, everyone was an isolationist. That was the mass feeling. And Pearl Harbor's attack, watershed event. Everybody's like, okay, we haven't ever looked back since, man. It's been, global power projection ever since. In the 1930s, in America, to say America should have global power projection would have made you sound like Julius Caesar.
And that's fine. And if you can give me an example of something that's going to be a Pearl Harbor moment in the SJW fight, I'd be glad to hear it. I really would. Because this isn't something that suddenly a whole bunch of white people are going to be bombed and everybody's going to go, oh my God, we've taken this racism crap too far.
It happened with John Brown, didn't it? For the Civil War? I mean, as Kuhn talks about, like, he called them exogenous shocks, but then he himself said, I never should have called it that. Shocks only happen to an institutional system when enough pressure has risen slowly over time. They're never an instantaneous thing. If people weren't feeling the pressure of, we need to end this slavery thing, and then all of a sudden a guy who goes on a personal crusade to end slavery by, like, with arms and seizing a town gets hung over it, a white guy, now, like, there's the watershed moment. There's the big deal. A lot of people argue, hey, historically, of course, that the Civil War would have never happened without John Brown. Anybody who's worth their salt in political science will tell you, yes, it would have. It just would have been a different event because the previous pressures were there. I am not that worried about. Think about the dozens and dozens of millions of people that we're talking about, Monkey, all white folks in the country that are all going to become soy-filled and admit and knuckle under to nothing but ists and phobe terms. No,
they already
don't buy it.
They already are.
I don't buy it. Who? Because there's a bunch of virtue signaling idiots that newspapers publish in their op-eds to say how bad I feel because I have white skin. Fuck that. What are they representative of? Them and their 10 friends at a fucking overpriced coffee house. Fuck that. There's no way people in the middle of Indiana and fucking Oklahoma are going to buy that shit. No fucking way. Because it on the and not because they're proud of their race. No, because on the face of it, it's obvious what it is. Don't accuse me of being a racist with racism. I mean, people might not be all that savvy, but it doesn't mean they're fucking stupid. The American electorate is more informed than that. This is retarded.
They're not. They're really not.
Jesus. Come on, Monkey. You got to have a higher opinion of people than that.
Once again, when it comes to the popular vote, the last 3 elections were won by Democrats. And yes, I realize that Trump still is president because of the Electoral College, and thank God for it. Because otherwise we would have had a court that was so horribly liberal. Our country wouldn't look like it does in a generation. It would just be all fucked
up. Put yourself in their shoes for a minute. Like, for real, though. Put yourself in their shoes for a second. Well, this isn't going to be a popular argument, I can tell, but fuck it, I'll make it anyway. What do I care? Let's say somebody came up to you and said, I know you didn't vote for Trump. Hey, fuck it, neither did I. I didn't vote for Hillary, but then again, neither did you, right? So we're kind of in the same boat on that one.
Indeed.
But let's say somebody came up to you and said, do you support Trump? Well, I think they're tearing at him a little fucking hard. You know what I mean? Like, I think the whole media is pretty much lined up against him, not even ideologically, personally. Seems like they're a personal piece of effrontery that Hillary didn't win, that they're targeting this guy with all this shit and wasting money in all these investigations. So let's say they trot out the things that are the ugliest that Trump has said, or the most confusing. When he said I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and get away with it. It's like, so you support him shooting somebody? And you'd be like, no, of course not. He meant blah, blah, blah when he said that. What you're voting for when you're voting for Donald Trump or supporting Donald Trump is the drainage of the swamp, the anti-institutional nature, the anti-permanent bureaucracy, calcified bureaucracy going on in Washington. That's what you're supportive of building that wall, not because you hate brown people, but because you want the enforcement of immigration laws, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you think that all Mexicans are rapists? Your answer is going to be, I'm assuming, the same as mine does. Of course not. He meant that there are those types in and amongst the group of immigrants because there's no control at the border. You have a measured understanding of it. Now put yourself in their shoes. Do you think they buy the people that are voting for Hillary, that are voting Democrat on local level? Do you think they're buying the worst things that they're saying? You think they buy into the dead naming you should be fucking tarred and feathered in public? If you misgendered somebody? No. They're not voting for that. They're voting for the general good that they represent, the general things. They're mitigating everything that they're hearing and saying, no, I'm not a communist. I'm not a socialist. I just like the idea of affording as much health care as possible. So he said, it's not that their voters are more radical. It's that their voters are exactly like you. They're voting for the lightest, calmest version of the thing that they see.
Let me give you an example here, Polly. Erica Thomas, the chick who claimed that the guy told her to go back to where she came from. She's the representative from Georgia.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
When the little guy, I forget his name, showed up at the little press conference she was holding there, he gave quite a long a recounting of what happened. She interrupted a few times, but he said something in there. I've always voted or Democrat. I always will. Nothing will ever change that. Now, do you think that little guy who looks very much white, even if he is Cuban, if somebody told him he had to leave his job to let a black person have it because that's what Democrats are telling me needs to do, do you think he's going to throw a fit? Do you think he's going to stop voting Democrat when literally he said nothing will ever change that? Literally, when he is going through the worst parts of what we're talking about right now, had his name dragged through the mud all across social media, all across the news. That's still not enough to change his opinion of what's going on.
Right.
You think that guy's gonna change it because it hit him? Because it didn't. It hasn't already. This shit landed on his door, and he's like, "Nah, fuck it, I'm still a Democrat."
What? But he avowed himself to be a lifelong, always will vote Democrat guy. Was
your point is that when this stuff hits them, when it hits the white people in the party, they're going to be like, "Oh no, fuck that. It's not actually racist. Fuck that."
No. It'll be no. I hear you. It's not. The people in the party will like the people. It's people not voting for them that'll like them consistently not getting voted for and getting shellacked in the electoral college that will make them change their direction because the people inside the party will then be. We can't listen to the radicals anymore. This is simply not working.
Dangerous Spaces, yes, and he stood up for himself. Do you expect him to change his opinion straight away? Walk away exists because it is hitting people. I'm saying if it's true that this kind of nonsense coming directly from a politician isn't enough to change a voter's opinion when it happens to them from that politician, I don't see anything that will.
Well, here's the thing. You're well, electoral political science. I mean, like there's a contingents of the population in the two-party system that are decidedly one way or another, regardless of who the particular candidate is. And then there's that floating percentage in the middle, and that's the floating percentage is what ends up deciding elections, right? And so you're saying, do you think that the white people that are in that group will be swayed to vote for the other side? The people that are swayable, the people that are electorally volatile, will end up voting for the other party based upon a whole bunch of ideological bullshit that's gone too far? Yes, absolutely I do. Because that happens time to time in elections all the time. Elections are constantly decided by this small wavering group in the middle. Of course. I mean, why do you think that I made this point on the show a number of times. Why do you think Barack Obama never bothered to campaign inside of black districts? Jesus Christ, because he's got that vote locked up. What a waste of time it would be. He did it for a couple of video and photo opportunities, but like, is that where he spent the majority of his time? Fuck no. You go where you think it's going to make a difference, where you can actually sway people. Look at New Hampshire, one of the most volatile electorates in the entire country. When you go to New Hampshire, you got to fucking convince people. They want to know what you're going to think. We're like, live free or die. That's their whole attitude there, right? Yeah. And you got to try and sway them. And when you try going to New Hampshire and tell everybody, if you're white, you're awful and evil because of what happened 200 years ago. So therefore you should vote for me. Like, what?
I think they'll agree with you.
Come on, man.
Dangerous.
We're revealing a underlying misanthropy you have, man. You just don't think much of people.
No, I don't think much of people. Dangerous Spaces says, but again, I don't expect him to change his mind immediately. Brandon Straka, who started to walk away, evolved over time. This is a man who said, I probably voted for her. He also said he would always vote Democrat. You know what he didn't say? I won't vote for her again. A woman who he knows is an outright fucking liar. Did he say, I won't vote for her again? Nope. He's still going to vote Democrat. I'm not saying he's got to change his whole mind. I would at least say, yeah, don't vote for a lying cunt again who tried to ruin your life. But no, he votes Democrat, man. That's how he does things. So yeah, no, I don't have a really high opinion of most people, especially when it comes to mob rule, which is basically what democracy is, let's be honest. And when you whip that mob up into a frenzy, man, and
Tempers can never remain that high for long, man. You've been mad. You know what it's like. It subsides after a while. Think of the fucking heat
It
that was
does,
going
but
on in the 70s over the fucking state of the economy and fucking interest rates and gasoline fucking rationing and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Fucking, there were riots in multiple fucking cities, and now we act like one small civil disturbance, headed by Katy Perry in New York. That doesn't even count as a disturbance because no property was wrecked. We act like a bunch of Antifa people burning a fucking trash cans the end of the fucking world. I mean, come on, America's dealt with and fucking survived worse shit than this. If a bunch of fucking weekend ninjas fucking from college campuses can make us that fucking scared, what are we made of? Nah, come on, man.
I don't see that's not what I'm saying. It's not just the weekend. This is a movement that's been taking place over decades, man. Political correctness didn't start yesterday. It didn't start with Trump. The notion that race being used as a cudgel was just getting worse and worse and worse, and unfortunately being part of one of the biggest problems is the redefining of racism.
Yeah, no, I hear you there. That's newfangled bullshit. You're right.
And the same with sexism. We talked about that one earlier. The guy with the Starbucks coffee thing. The guy, were you here when we talked about that? A guy who works for Starbucks Coffee, he works in their technical department. Somebody sent him an email with the joke, I like my women like I like my Starbucks coffee, tall, blonde, and Americano. And this motherfucker lost his mind.
In their technical department?
Yeah, he does something with their tech stuff.
No, this is the first I've heard of this, actually.
Started losing his mind about how dare you, women in tech have a hard time. It's hard for them to break in. Like, the fuck does that have to do with what he said? But
where did you hear about this?
Oh, hang on. We read a story about it, but it was on Twitter. Give me just a moment.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me a story about somebody being woke and outraged made it to news sources and Twitter?
No. We found it off of Twitter and found his tweet on Twitter where he made this big blow up.
Right.
Now I can't here.
Actually, somebody asked in chat here, I want to correct myself. It's there were riots in the 70s over gas. I didn't know that. No, I was talking fast and made it sound like those things were connected and didn't mean to. What I mean is there were high gas prices. There were civil disturbances. Like I was naming like all of these bad things that were all happening at the same time in the 70s. I didn't mean to make it sound like there was a causal connection between those things. You know what I mean? Like the crime rate was insane. And then the riots happened over particular sparked incidents different in each city. Like the Watts riots didn't happen for the same reason that the Detroit riots happened, et cetera. My point was that there was a lot of bullshit all going on at once. Didn't mean to connect those things causally.
If the Starbucks coffee thing had happened 5 years ago, would it have made the news? No. People would have laughed at this guy. But yeah, he loses his shit over how dare you send me this joke when women have it so hard in the news and you're objectifying and you're treating them like they're entertainment. Dude, what the fuck are you on?
Just for the record, I thought that joke was mildly funny. I mean,
it is funny.
I'm personally a fan of I like my women like I like my coffee jokes, and I've never heard that one before. So that's funny. What? I mean, lighten up. Shit.
Miles, thank you so much. Hey, Monkey, I don't think the left Democrats realize the damage they've done to society with PC culture. How have such low respect for them? People are now defending rat-filled cities. If we hadn't had, like I just said, the change in what counts as racism. The other day, that tweet, the one that Miles is talking about there, where Donald Trump said that Elijah Cummings it comes from a district that's what was his wording? Infected with rats and rodents. I forget exactly what. Infested. Thank you. In that tweet, and it was actually two tweets. Donald Trump didn't say a goddamn word about race. Not one. But because he criticized a black man, it's racist. Polly, there's a great thing you should see. I think you will appreciate it. I'm going to throw this into chat too. This is a response. These are two CNN contributors going at it back and forth, which is kind of funny. The first guy tells us all the things that Trump has done that's racist. It's basically attacking black people.
Right.
And so the other guy, he's like, well, how about these? And he lists off a whole bunch of white people that Trump has also criticized.
Right.
And then also points out, because at the end of the first guy, Keith Boykin is his name, said that Trump said Nazis are very fine people, which we all know. Okay, we don't all know, because I've had to have this discussion with people. Trump never said that.
No, he
never
didn't.
said anything close to that. But the Steve guy, he actually put the video up there so the other guy can watch it and go, that didn't happen.
What and Monkey, you've been dealing with this stuff for long enough. What's the response when you correct somebody on that you hear a lot of the time? You correct Trump didn't say this. Well, actually, what he said was this. I think you're kind of misunderstanding it. And the response is often
There's two responses. One, they either go quiet, or two, we know what he meant.
Really? You've never
really
had to deal with the one, like, why are you always trying to carry water for Trump? Why are you always a Trump apologist?
Polly, no. I get that all the time anyway. I get that all the time.
That's a funny way to admit you're wrong, but I'll accept it. Like, I mean, that's whatever.
No, I get that all the time because I don't. And you know what? Here's the thing. I would give Trump more shit if you guys would stop making me defend him over stupid shit like him not making a racist tweet that you're insisting is racist.
Sure. No, I agree with you 100%. It's like, I'd have a lot more criticisms for Trump if I didn't spend all day dismissing your nothing burgers. That's what I spend. I mean, I can only spend so much time talking about this man.
I want to say one more thing about the overall topic we were on there. One, I enjoyed discussing this with you because you are a very intelligent guy, and we just have a difference of opinion here. I hope I'm wrong, if that helps. Me and Scribe,
I can appreciate that position a lot. Actually, it's like, here's where I'm at right now. Here's what I've been thinking for a while. Fuck, I hope I'm wrong. I hear you. I've been there.
Me and Scribbles have talked about this. I'm a true cynic, and being cynical requires at least an ounce of hope. You have to have some hope, otherwise you just don't care. I care. I want things to get better. I want the pendulum swing they talk about. I want that have you no shame moment, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And I just don't see anywhere where it's coming.
I don't know. Do you think people in the midst of the House House Committee on Un-American Activities, I think there were a lot of people thinking, like, you know, a while before the have you no shame moment happened, they're like, I think it's going a little far. And then, like, I mean, it wasn't that guy saying it out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden everybody radically changes their opinion. It's like, this is racist.
Excuse me.
Eventually, Anita's. I really believe, for those of us here, chat, Monkey, myself, that moment of Anita saying, everything's racist, everything's sexist, and you need to point it all out, will be like that echoing moment where it's like, yeah, see, this is what it was like, kids. Do you know what I mean?
I hope so, but even in that, man, I've had to argue that statement because do you know who Sean is from Sean and Jen?
Generally, but not in a very detailed fashion. But yeah, I know.
He's an asshole who's an intellectual over on that side. Of the
I've seen the arguments and the tweets and the stupid icon of the skull with the glasses.
Yes, that's him.
Yeah.
He made a video thinking he was just so smart. That's not really what Anita was saying. Like, oh dear God. So I entertained the idea because I actually saw it first from it was either Tim Blake or Michael Rowlands. I forget which one of those idiots was like, oh, see, they finally pointed it. They opened my eyes to what she was really saying. Everybody's been wrong about Anita the whole time. Here's their argument. Because what Anita said was, when you first become a feminist or get into intersectionality, everything is racist, everything is sexist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out. What she was saying there is that you just get so into it that you start seeing the racism everywhere, and so you have to point it out. You're fanatical about it. Not that it's wrong, not any of that. And their argument was that's all she was saying just at the beginning. But she goes on to say what happens is that you end up just focusing on one of them because you get too tired of doing all of it. She wasn't saying all of it doesn't exist, which is what their fucking moronic lie was. But Anita wasn't wrong in what she said there. Actually, what she was actually talking about. It's the same with any zealotry. Vegans do that. Hardcore religious people do that. You know, especially new converts, that kind of thing. And when you get into a new, for lack of a better term, morality, yeah, you tend to go balls to the wall on everything, and especially with social justice. But yeah, I don't. People defend that, and they go, "No, she's right. Of course, it's all racist," and then it is now because they've changed what the fuck racist means. You know what? By the new definition of racist, everybody is fucking racist. Well, except for, you know, black people, because they can't be. But now, even Al Sharpton is not a racist because Trump called him one. Kamala Harris tweeted out today how horrible it was that Trump attacked this great man who's stood up in the face of hate and done wonderful things for this country. I was like, oh, blow me. Call me Willie Brown and blow me. It was another one of those moments, man. Everybody's like, he called Al Sharpton racist. I was like, I thought you knew.
Well, you know what? What kills me is that, like, there's certain people out there where it's like, I don't care what Al Sharpton is. He's a race hustler. Like, what? Maybe he has like all kinds of horribly racist opinions inside his head. Maybe he's the most honest guy, God-fearing man in the world inside his head. I don't care. The point is how the guy makes his living is a goddamn race hustler. Fuck him.
Yep.
Like, I don't care what his true feelings are. I really don't give a damn at this point. The guy's made a decades-long profiteering venture on hustling race. Fuck him.
And it's people like Sharpton. One of the reasons I hate Sharpton is because he's one of the ones who has moved the goalposts on what racism is. And it's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. And again, Polly, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that have you no shame moment. And you know what happened? This is what I think would happen, though. Al Sharpton up there, obviously full of shit, pushing some race bullshit. And somebody finally go up to him, have you no shame? And Al would be like, you're racist, man. And everybody go, yeah, that dude's a racist. That's just how I see it going. And I hate it. I do. I hate it. But like I said, I do have hope. I hope to fuck I'm wrong, because I have children and grandchildren that are growing up now, and I don't want them in that world.
P-Dog Knight called Al Sharpton a grievance grifter. I've never heard that phrase, I don't think, before.
You're not wrong.
That's good. That's a good way of putting it. So in the meantime, like, let's go for some lulls here, Monkey. We need some. You need a good laugh, God damn it. This is laughing at someone, not with them. I looked up because some people threw up in chat there, I like my women like I like my coffee one-liners, right? And there's some good ones in there. Like, I had not heard that one before. In my lap when I'm driving. Okay, that's funny. Ground up and in the freezer. That's a classic. That's an old one. When I looked it up, there's a fucking woman on a feminist website selling a t-shirt that says, get this, I like my women like I like my coffee, strong and given their proper credit for their contributions in both the home and the workplace.
Nice.
Feminists aren't funny.
No, they're not.
They're so not funny. One guy responded with a question mark in this thread. He's like, I don't get this joke at all. I like my coffee bold, dark, and illegally imported from the third world. That doesn't fit at all.
I mentioned earlier my favorite one was frosted glasses. I like mine like I like my women unable to vote. I was like, that one needs sent to that dick who got so upset by that joke. Who the fuck gets upset at coffee jokes, man?
I know. I like this one. Like my women, like I like my coffee completely gone by 7 a.m. There's some ones that I won't repeat on your channel because I know you like having your channel. So.
Sure. Yeah, there's some of them out there that are really horrible.
Here's a good one. Hot black and with a lot of sugar. Hey,
there you go.
Man. Yeah.
Well,
cold, dark, and bitter. Jesus.
I really want to know what would happen we can guess if a woman had sent him that same, a same coffee joke, but she said instead, I like it, my coffee, tall, dark, and Italian. You think he'd have thrown a fit?
That's funny, actually. That's a good line. I like that one. Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I don't.
I mean, he probably would have got bent out of shape. Like this guy threw in a line. I like my women like I like my cheese. Low fat white American singles.
No, those are good jokes. I mean, they're classic dad jokes, but they're great.
Sure,
They're a lot of fun.
All these are dad jokes. They're all puns and plays on words. That's the point, you know.
In the tweet about this that I'd sent out, I think it was Hammer and Frosted. You ever seen Eddie Izzard's Dress to Kill?
Yes, I have. After Hammer repeatedly hammered me for not
so
having seen it. Yeah, and it was pretty damn funny.
It was so good. I made everybody I know watch that after I first watched. Like, you guys have got to see this. And now we watch it as a family together, like 2 or 3 times a year, because it's that good. I like it. I like women like I like my coffee hot and hot and dark and with a spoon in it. Yeah. Everybody makes those jokes. Jesus Christ, learned it. The reason I started the stream with that story though is because somebody in the comments to that thing got mad because it was a stupid and unnecessary joke. I'm like, so it's a joke, and they even admitted eventually, yeah, it was a joke, but that doesn't mean it needs to be done. We have got Polly. I'm going to start the Bring Comedy Back Foundation. I swear to God, I am. And it's going to be called "Fuck Everybody, Bring Back Comedy." I'm so tired of sensitive people. I'm going to be the fucking have you no shame moment.
Be the change you want to see.
I'm going to be the change I want to see. I'm going to get kicked off of YouTube for it. But I think we need comedy back desperately. I really do. We need people. If you don't like a joke, don't listen to it. We got to a point, and part of this actually came from the Reagan era. It was the Reagan FCC. No, the FCC that started with the harsher rules on what can be said live. Some dude in Alabama, the preacher in Alabama, got his knickers twisted, wrote the FCC, and suddenly they had even harsher limits on what could be said on the radio. And it started with Reagan, and every fucking politician we've had since then, they always want to limit what people can say in some capacity. We had the oh my God, 2 Live Crew is singing dirty songs. That was an actual thing in politics, y'all. 2 Live Crew. Do you guys know who 2 Live Crew is?
Mm-hmm.
I know you do. I'm asking the white people in chat.
Oh, you said, yeah, you guys. That obviously wasn't very
No, I know you do.
Monkey, you just lost a sub.
If you didn't like 2 Live Crew, if you didn't know who 2 Live Crew was, I would kick you off the stream till you went and found out. Because I know you like hip hop, so. And those boys were pioneers, man. It's not something you usually say about somebody, but they were. They opened up really dirty rap to being a big thing, which was fun, man. We need dirty rap. We got dirty country and dirty rock. We needed dirty rap.
So there's this. I'm looking at this. Somebody in this thread posted a multi-paneled comic, and it doesn't matter. There's a guy in a fedora, like old time 1940s look, and he says, "And how would you like your coffee, sir?" The waiter asks. And he says, "I like my coffee like I like my women." And the waiter kind of looks confused and says, "So hot?" And he says, "No, I'd like it distanced and growing increasingly colder to me, as any enjoyment or anticipation I might have had slowly turns to disgust and regret."
Nice.
That's so dark.
That is dark. That dude, that guy needs a Xanax with it. He needs a Quaalude with his coffee.
Holy shit! Hey, have you seen I've got a meme for that.
Real quick, Seraphim says, "Dirty country." Go look up David Allan Coe, not the radio cuts. David Allan Coe has some horrible songs. Look up. Well, it is the song title. Leroy the Big Lip Nigger, I think was his. It was either him. Mm-hmm. Who's the other guy? Who's the other guy that sings dirty songs? Yeah, there's a bunch of. Look up the one. Oh, fuck, I forget that. We used to have a whole tape of these. We didn't let mom know we had them. A kid in the neighborhood gave it to us. It was about this woman who had It's called Shallow Throat. That's what it is. She's really sad because she can't suck a dick because it makes her choke.
Okay.
And it's got a wonderful. It tells the whole story of her life. Every time, she just can't find a man because she can't suck a dick because she got a shallow throat. And then she finally finds one. And the last line of the song is, "But her pussy was way too big." It's beautiful. Monkey is also dirty like coal. What? Circus Zero says, "I'm probably blacker than you." Probably. I'm white as fuck, man. How we grew up is probably different. I'm probably more hood than you are. With a 4-inch dong. Was that the part of the song? Man, I love dirty songs of all stripes because they're funny, especially if they're made funny. I like, because rock likes to take their dirty songs a little too serious sometimes. Give me some dirty ones that are just funny. World-class sex rhymes with Snoop and Kid Rock is fucking amazing. Anyhow, Polly, there was something funny I wanted to talk about tonight too, and I forgot what it was. I didn't mean to get on politics for so long.
Here, look at this. Took me a while to find it, but I found it. God damn it! Oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to share screens off of the fucking stream, not the Hangout. Duh.
Yeah.
So where's the screen share button? Yeah, we might as well have fun sharing screens. We won't be able to do it ever
Only
again.
got a few more days.
Yeah, man. Okay, here it is. This is low res image. It's from old Quaalude billboard back in the day.
Quaalude and Coke.
The icebreaker? Holy shit.
Cosby was a spokesman for Coke too.
Yeah, he was. I'm saying, it's
Tyra, I'm sorry, I didn't get a notification. Tyra, thank you so much. Polly, Streamlabs ever going to happen? Thank you so much for the donation.
I don't know. After see, look, I could be this happy guy. He's had a nice night of rest after having a methaqualone, Quaalude, non-barbiturate,
That
300 milligram. He had trouble sleeping, but he had a good morning after a sleep-through night. Look how happy he is.
That dude got pedo face.
God damn it. You and Pop-Tart both said the same thing. Y'all are sick.
No, that's pedo face, man. If you see somebody like that driving a van, run.
See, they made up this whole story that I'm like, but the daughter and the wife are smiling. And then she went into this whole story. It's like, they're smiling out of fear because they're afraid he's going to fly off the handle and murder him because this guy's got the face of a killer. It was...
Yeah, that dude ain't right. He needs more of those. Little Susie Shallow Throat. Oh, thank you, Captain Tripper. Yeah, that's the David Allen Coe song. Man, yeah, we used to listen to that all the time. Who's avoiding answering what? Skyth, I'm not sure what you're talking about there. He's got pedo face. He does. That dude's got pedo face.
No, he doesn't have pedo face.
Yeah, he does.
Quit trying to give Quaaludes a bad name.
I'm not saying anything about Quaaludes. Maybe giving Quaaludes to a pedo will keep him from touching little girls. That's fine.
Well, they'll probably be too tired to do anything. I mean, that's the whole point. People like me with diagnosed clinical insomnia, we look for, something that allows us to sleep through the night with it. I mean, you guys turn it on and do a sex drug. It's not Rohypnol.
No. Look. No. There's a lot of people they could have put in that at. Those other two people in those ad, they didn't have a pedo face. Just him.
Monkey, tell me Cracked is wrong. Cracked has said, if you want to have a smile like that in the morning, don't have a daughter. Tell me he's wrong. I want a little daughter. I don't want to hear that they're nothing but heartbreak and despair. That's awful.
No, they're not. They're not. But you do worry a lot because it's your little girl, man.
Don't you worry that you've got a son too, right? Did you end up worrying more about the daughter or the son, or was it completely dependent on how they were in the world, if you know what I mean?
My sons are both very big, like their daddy. Plus, I taught all three of my children how to fight. They can all throw a punch, but it's still your little girl compared to your little boy. You expect your boys to go out there and be rough and tumble and maybe have to fight now and then. You don't want that. You don't want your little girl to have to do that.
No, but I mean, I don't have kids, right? So
right.
I don't know. But I mean,
Look,
it's like you're worried about your little daughter like getting manhandled or goon armed by some scumbag out there. Aren't you worried about like your son like getting his ass kicked like 6 ways from Tuesday because they know they can take it a lot further because he's a dude? Aren't you worried about him knocking some girl up as much as you are about your baby daughter getting knocked up? Like, I don't know. You tell me. No. Okay.
Thank you for shilling us nuts. I appreciate it. I really do, sweetie. No, and it is absolutely a double standard, and people, it's a double standard. Yep, it is. You know why? Because boys and girls are different. So it's actually not a double standard. It's a different standard for each because they're different.
Yeah, that's by definition not a double standard, actually.
It's like saying it's a double standard to eat soup with a spoon and taco salad with a fork. That's a double standard. No, it's not. They're different things. But no, it's your little girl, so you do worry about it more. And little girls, I don't know why dad was like that. It's like, because he loved you. Stop. Does it suck for girls? I don't know. I wasn't one, but yeah, I was far more protective of my girl. That's not to say I'm not protective of my boys.
No, I mean the worry level. Like if it's
the worry
like,
level's much worse with the girl, and it's not. It's not even so much somebody's going to snatch her up. The boy thing that really bothered me. My daughter was the head of the cheerleading squad. She's very beautiful, tall, blonde, and it's like, oh hell, Polly, I almost had to beat somebody's ass when we were at a water park when she was 14 because grown ass men were looking at her. And like her dad, she has a very long body, so trying to find a one-piece bathing suit is incredibly hard to do. So she was in a bikini, a very, it covered everything very well because I wouldn't let her out there otherwise because I'm her dad. But fucking grown ass men looking at my daughter, I'm like, I will fuck you up. My daughter's like, Dad, stop. I'm like, you need to stop looking at you. That motherfucker's like 30. No, having a little girl, yeah, it'll cause you worry, man.
Crack said, I have 3 daughters. They're grown and out of the house, and I'm still worried. Oh,
yep.
No, that's bad news, man.
Yep, my daughter's getting ready to have her second daughter, and all I want to do is move down there so I can watch over her constantly. It's hard to be a dad of a daughter, man. It really is.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Fuck.
Well, also, I grew up as a boy,
Sure.
So I understand what it's like to be a boy. I don't know what it's like to be a girl. I know what it's like to be a boy thinking about a girl. I'm like, I don't want nobody ever thinking about my daughter that way.
Well, I don't know if I want to end up in the nightmare scenario either that Far's father's in. I mean, he's the only man in the house other than a cat.
Right.
He's 2 daughters and a wife, and like the poor guy. I mean, he just, Jesus. All he's got is the cat on his side,
Yeah. I know a guy, he has 4 daughters, no sons.
Ooh.
I'm like, do you just hide a lot? He's like, yeah, I have my man cave.
You'd have to. That's like, how could anyone?
A lot of estrogen.
How could anybody not allow you your man cave at that point? You know what I mean?
Dude, one of the funniest things that I ever saw was the first time my sons realized my daughter was having periods. And they didn't realize that was what was going on. But my daughter was just in a completely foul mood one day. And the boys are looking at me like, what happened? And mom and her were kind of cycling at the same time, so she wasn't in the best mood either. I'm like, they're just having a bad day, guys. Let's go do something else. So me and the boys, we unasked the house. It's like, let them fucking kill each other. Because you can't explain that to a boy. Like, look, they have these hormones because the boys are both younger. One is 2 years younger than my daughter. The other's 4 years younger than my daughter. She started, so she's in her, maybe 13? So the other boy's 11 and the other one's 9. And you can't exactly, I guess you could try to explain. Well, they have hormones and it causes them to, be kind of upset and cranky, and they can't even really understand it. No, it's just easier going, fuck it, let's go somewhere and have a good day and let them kill each other. Crack says, try 4 at once, Monkey. No, 1 was plenty. 1 was plenty. I love my daughter. Don't get me wrong. If I'd had more daughters, I would love them all as well. But I would be bald if I had had more daughters because I'd have just ripped it all out.
Morning,
Daughters
Sinatra.
are hard, man. They're hard.
I don't know if I should actually be saying a good morning. Like, what do you call me here? A dirtbag?
He said, where was it? Good morning, shitbags.
Shit. Oh, so it was okay. Well, you call both of us shitbags. That kind of spreads out the cuss a little. That's fine.
Yeah, it wasn't just at you. Okay, I found the story I'd wanted to read. This is from 12 hours ago. Twitch streamers plan Slut Stream Day to combat online harassment and raise money for charity. Twitch streamer Casey Tron, long known for branding herself a titty streamer, a pejorative often hurled by viewers at female presenting streamers, okay, is taking on the word slut by organizing a slut stream on July 30th. That's today, y'all. Slut stream. Who's on with Monkey? Someone who's dead to me.
Yes, Monkey's a clairvoyant to the afterlife.
Yeah, I'm a medium. Casey Tron originally floated the idea on Twitter, suggesting it would be great to have a day for women on Twitch to dress slutty and raise awareness. Wait a minute. A day on Twitch for women to dress slutty? A day? With the other 364, what are you doing it for? Just for the lulz? Anyway. And raise awareness for harassment that women on Twitch face daily, regardless of clothing choices. The tweet got enough traction that Casey Tron partnered up with another streamer, Izzy Bear 713, for a day of awareness and charity fundraising under the hashtag Slutstream Day. I have to check out this person. I need pictures. Am I going to be watching this later today? I need to know.
Send Sinatra the link. I want to know what he's going to do in lieu of the end of Hangouts.
Oh, he has the link. He'll be in a little bit.
Oh, okay.
The name is derived from Slut Walk, a movement of protest centered around combating a culture that blames victims of sexual violence and harassment for wearing revealing clothing or otherwise by existing in the world. Yes, and they run around naked. Similarly, Casey Tron and Izzy Bear 713 are fighting against the way that streamers are often blamed for harassment and sexism they face in their own channel chat rooms. Just as a person's attire in physical spaces doesn't invite or excuse sexual violence or harassment, a streamer's choice of neckline doesn't permit verbal abuse or stalking. This isn't rape. If you dress like a hoe and somebody says, "You look like a hoe," there's nothing wrong with that. Is there? If you are a self-described titty streamer and people are talking about how you're using your tits to make money, are they really being abusive? Are they? I mean, they may say some mean things, but are they really being are they really judging you just by how you're dressed, or are they judging you by how you're purposefully presenting yourself?
If you put your tits on display and people look at the display, are they, committing some kind of wrong? The answer is obviously not. People that are writing about these things are making an issue of these things, are doing it just to do it. It's like, fuck off. Every girl who wears low cleavage is doing it for the same reason. To show off their cleavage for those who they want looking at it and none of who they don't. This presents the problem of what do you do with the guys that are looking at your tits on display that you don't want looking at them? Mm-hmm. Well,
that's always
but the more reasonable girls are like, fuck, I guess it's just something I have to do if I don't want to wear the cleavage shirt. And then the other ones turn to arguments like the male gaze. So, what are you going to do?
This same girl was apparently written about back in February of 2018 with the title "Titty Streamer Casey Tron is Nourished by Bitter Gamer Tears." Can you guess who wrote the article? What publication? Gamers would know this right off. It was
Kotaku.
Kotaku, yes. Oh, yeah.
They live in infamy,
You know what?
man. We brought
I
up Kotaku on the last comic book curation. They're just incredible. It's
I am telling, if I had titties that people wanted to see, because think about what she just did. God of Cheese, thank you. Lost my job, but still want to support. This is all I got for ramen for a while. I'll be back. Keep being you. God of Cheese, please don't be a stranger. Just because you lost your job doesn't mean you can't watch and hang out with us, man. And I
yeah,
hope
for
you
sure.
find something soon. I really do.
Morning.
Good morning, Sinatra.
How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good yourself.
Monkey?
You know, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking, Monkey. Not the other person on here who's dead.
What did you do this time?
I think it's a holdover from the last time because I didn't do
Oh.
anything this time.
Good morning, Shelly.
Morning, Polly.
Morning.
Okay,
So, Slut Stream Day?
Slutstream Day, yes. And I want to give this woman credit. I really do. Because, yes, she's a titty streamer. But this is what she did. She calls herself a titty streamer and makes her money off of jiggling her titties in front of each other, or in front of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now she's going to have even more people watching her and jiggling her titties because people make comments about her jiggling her titties.
She's about to make fucking bank today.
She's fucking brilliant. That is
pretty
brilliant.
brilliant. What's her Twitch name?
Fuck, I just closed the article. I said it a couple times there. Casey, Kacey, something or other.
Casey Musgreaves?
She goes by the handle Casey Tron, Tron, all one word. Kaceytron.
Oh, wow.
And she has a friend named Izzy Bear, Izzyybear 713, who's joining her for the titty stream.
She
for the
is
titty day.
pretty damn good looking.
The picture that they show in this article, she got those weird lips I don't like.
She knew how to get a bullshit gamer news site, air quotes on news, to talk about her so people could go watch her stream. Like, I mean, I don't know. It seems like a whole promotional push to me. For her.
She's wearing a MAGA hat in one picture.
Yeah,
no,
she seems like a promotion whore.
She is. This is brilliant promotion. This is
Yeah, it
fucking
is.
brilliant. Like, you guys, they always talk about how I have my titties out. Come look at my titties. I'm like, that is amazing. I feel like I should.
She knew that woke media would jump on it
Yes.
in a second for calling it the slut stream. And she has gotten free promotion from every quote unquote journalist, or as According would say, journalist. Good for her. This is pretty damn brilliant. Guys, I'm doing a Slut Tucker Tuesday later. I will be naked streaming.
Do you think I could get away with a slut stream here on YouTube?
You know, use your camera. Why not?
I wasn't going to use my camera at all.
Exactly.
I'm going to piggyback on their hashtag and talk about titties the whole time I play.
You know what? I think you might be onto something there, Monkey.
There's nothing wrong. I talk about titties all the time. I'm a titty streamer. I just don't show titties. I talk about them. Peter says she'll be selling bathwater next. She don't got to, man. She's got a crowd of people who come watch her bounce her boobs around. So I was
Bear's
saying,
an anime titty streamer.
Yeah. So I was saying right as you were coming on, Sinatra, is that if I had titties, man, they would be out all the time. All the time. Because, hell yeah. Play video games, bounce your titties around, and every so often play a victim so more people come watch you bounce your titties around.
Good for her.
That's amazing.
Push some buttons to some recorded gameplay. Doesn't sound that hard.
I know, right?
Recorded
Jesus.
gameplay.
It is amazing how many of these titty streamers just like, that's not you playing, I can tell. Because
I don't think, but they also put the game in like the small window in the corner.
yeah,
if they do in fact play.
Hers is on the big screen that she has it up. And she's
Her gameplay?
Yeah.
Oh, good for her. That's rare.
What does she play?
I'm not sure. I just saw there's pictures. Oh, dear Christ. Okay, guys. Okay, yeah, she might be fucking brilliant. I'm gonna share a tweet. Just start the video. Just start the video. You don't even have to watch the whole thing. Just start that video that's in that tweet. You'll see it immediately. And while you guys are doing that, somebody talk. I gotta go pee. I'll be right back.
Okay,
Somebody talk.
Let me pull this up here.
Okay, yeah. Pull up the video for. I'll wait till you guys see the beginning of the video.
Yeah, how are you gonna say? Okay, do this. All right, I'm leaving.
You can talk while you're doing it. You can do two things at once. You can chew bubble gum and walk, right?
Yeah, but I can't type and talk. That's difficult.
Dangerous place or space that says she plays dead or alive beach volleyball. Nice. You see it?
She knows exactly what she's doing.
I know, right? That bitch is smart.
I am definitely subbing to her.
Polly, you still with us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just leaving one of you to watch the stream.
Well, I'm eating
here.
cold pizza. What do you want from me?
I want you to talk with Sinatra
pizza.
so I can pee.
Here, pass some of that cold piece over here.
I will be right back. Y'all talk.
All right.
Guys, tell me if they don't.
What? How is Monkey just gonna get up and leave his own fucking show?
Fuck, she's got the
Motherfucker,
naughty
I do it all the time.
librarian
Shut
thing
up.
on lock, huh?
She's got what?
The naughty librarian look on lock, huh?
Oh yeah. Who was the one Twitch streamer who just straight up started doing porn? Or no, it was a cosplayer. It was some redheaded cosplayer who just started straight up doing porn. The Brazzer logo. Yeah, over the casting couch. I mean, she gets it. She knows exactly what's up. I'm scrolling through her Twitter right now, and her videos are pretty much... Ooh, that one's brave. Oh, that's really brave.
Yeah. I
She
mean,
put
like
a picture of herself without makeup on.
like Pincalo and Anthony Vogel just pointed out the using the Brazers logo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She's not an idiot. This is a marketeer. Good for her.
So, how much money do you think she's going to make tonight? I don't know the conversion rate from Twitch bits to money bits, but
Oh, really? There's okay. Well, you just informed me on something I didn't even know. There, you can't give direct money to people on Twitch.
I think you can versus Streamlabs, but not through Twitch, like how YouTube has Super Chat. Twitch doesn't have that.
Okay, sorry about that, guys.
Monkey, do you know what the conversion rate is to the Twitch currency?
I don't know. I don't know if I know
how much they cut off the top. That's interesting.
I believe it's less than what YouTube takes, though.
It could hardly not be with that 30 brutal fucking percent. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't changed that, but now I mean they don't have to because
I mean it's not technically usury, but it's right next door, man. Like
sure.
Yeah, because they're not lending you the money, but I mean taking 30%. I mean, imagine coming out as a company with a big platform and saying we're cutting you a deal. We're only going to take 1/4 of your money. That's a deal.
You know, you say that, but they do take money and don't give it. I am proof of that.
Right. Yeah. They take 100% of the money sometimes.
Yeah.
How much shit do you think I would get for jacking this hashtag of theirs?
I don't know. Is there a hashtag? Because I just tweeted out I too will be doing a slut stream later tonight.
It's hashtag slut stream day.
All right, I'm fucking using. I am
really?
straight stealing this hashtag.
Oh shit, man!
BG just said something I didn't know. So it counts on the popularity of the Twitch streamer. Bigger streamers get better deals, like conversion rates. That's wild.
Well, it's no different than bigger YouTubers get better ad rates.
Mm-hmm. But that's different than cash conversion rates.
Yeah, that's a bit different.
Yeah, I guess.
Because Shelly showed me her CPM from her channel. She gets like $8 per 1,000. I got like 4.
Dude, Roberto Blake showed his live on video. He gets $15. $15.
I rate Alex Bear's side channel was at $30 at one point.
Jesus, man.
I don't know how. Well, he doesn't even get 1,000 views, but good for him.
There is Sinatra in the hashtag Slutstream Day. Oh yeah. Now I'm probably gonna do a game stream after this, so
There you go.
Slutstream Day may end up in my hashtag or my title. I can talk about sluts. I like sluts, man.
Who doesn't?
I think sluts provide a very valuable service. I can't. She kind of in this one picture has a Lacey Green thing going on.
The one where she's got the hood pulled up?
No. This is well, here, I'll show you. Throw this out there.
Boo, boo, boo.
We're promoting Slutstream. I seriously, I'm not kidding when I say that. This bitch is on point. You have a Streamlabs, Sinatra.
All right. Oh yeah.
Her self-promotion game is strong, man. And you know what? There's people like, well, that's horrible. No, man, that's smart. That is smart. Use what you got, man.
Thank you, Tyrai, for the donation for the 5 to your slutty Tucker Tuesdays. Oh, okay. It will be slutty because I will be butt naked.
Shit, I'll strip down if I have to. I'm topless. I'm always topless. Why don't I get titty streamers watching me? You guys have to watch that video I just put in there. It's really short. It's 11 seconds long. No, I just love that video. First thing you see is that leather couch. Like, you dirty bitch. She has a MySpace for real.
Is that Boogie? No way.
Yeah, that's Boogie. But watch the video.
Yeah, that's photoshopped.
It is. It's.
Did you see those messages that came out about Boogie?
Oh God, no.
Those are rough, man. Here, let me see if I can find them.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. I gotta go because I retweeted him a couple of nights ago.
Not trying to bang his fans, is he?
Just.
All right, I'll let it happen.
Yeah. Let me just pull him up.
When I saw this slide thing, I'm like, oh, this is not going to go well. And then I saw what they fixed on. I'm like, okay, that's funny. You can't put a man that size on that slide. Did they measure that? Oh my God, this bitch is dumb. What'd she say, Pincalo? Let's see what she say in this one. Honestly, it is disgusting the way I am body shamed by people I wouldn't even fuck.
That's good.
Oh, look at them shorts she's wearing. Can barely see them. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, you're not body shamed, honey. Stop it. You're not oppressed.
That is funny though.
That is funny.
Okay, so Boogie went into someone's DMs. I need to do a dramatic reading of this with someone.
Send them to me.
Okay.
I just got back from that video. I couldn't stop watching. That was fucking awesome. Which one? We've had a couple up. Was it the casting couch one, Boogie flying, or her not wanting people to judge her by her titties?
Now that I've seen her tits like in like a regular whatever little top that she had on there in a normal bra, I don't think she was too comfortable in that naughty librarian get up with that. Like, that's not a push-up bra. That's like her titties must have been deformed right out of shape because they're bulging out that motherfucker in that the video you posted, Monkey.
Oh yeah, yeah. This one is
that's not just a push-up bra. She's got them, the gel inserts.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? She's got like 3 or 4 of those layered in each cup, man, to achieve that bosominess.
Okay, let's see. Who am I reading? Which one?
Go
ahead, Polly.
Those gel inserts piss me off.
Okay. I'll be Boogie, you be the other person.
Okay, keep going, Polly. Finish that up.
No, they piss me off. It would be like me having roll
quarters.
Well, no, it'd be like, remember that dude? I was watching I watched one of them airport security shows where they're like searching people's luggage for this or that, and one guy had a baby doll arm in his luggage, just the arm. And it's like they were saying, like, what do you have this for? And eventually got around to saying, like, I stuffed my pants with it because it looks like a super long shaft and a head when you put it under your pants. I mean, it would be on that level of false advertising. Okay, makeup's one thing, high heels are another, all the, the hair, makeup, all the things that ladies do. But when you start inserting things in places like, nah, man, this is wrong.
I like the look. I'm never going to see him naked, so I'm okay with it.
At least guys don't wear cod pieces to lift and separate, right?
That's right. We don't have to. All right. We're going to do the boogie thing. You ready, Sinatra?
Yeah, I'm going to be Boogie. You be the person he's talking to, which is a female named Eye of Soul.
All right. I'm Eye of Soul.
All right. Hey, man, you said to DM you if I needed to talk. So I am. I know you post about me on Reddit, but I wanted to trust you. So I hope you won't share this, what I'm going to say. Can I trust you?
Of course you can trust me. Honesty without compromise. That is my mantra.
Oh, no. After seeing your Twitter feed, guess. It says, guess. I'm reading it as written. Guess would be just call it man is cubic anyways.
What?
Same. You seem to think really low of me. Sorry I messaged you. Have a good night. Manipulation, asterisks.
Listen, if you genuinely care about opening a dialogue, you'll hear what I have to say.
I don't. Sorry. Nothing I could do would convince you, I fear.
You don't need to convince me of anything. That is not your job.
So it doesn't matter. You would think stuff about me is true. I would never change your mimd. I'm going to just post this in the chat so people can read along.
Yeah, this isn't me and him fucking up. That's actually how it's written.
Mibd.
Far said, are you having another stroke? God damn it.
No. That's not for the record. Sorry you think it is.
I think this stuff about you is true because I've seen it firsthand. Of course, I'm not referring to any of your past actions.
If I was that person, I would want to be dead too. I don't blame you for feeling that way.
I don't want you dead. Can't you see what you're doing?
You don't know me. How do you see it firsthand? Are we friends, Earl?
You interpret any and all criticism as a threat against yourself. However, my focus is not on because you are Boogie 2988. My focus is on because my focus falls on anyone who is a chronic manipulator. Oh, damn.
Is that a threat, though? It impacts my life. It damages my business and hood.
The fuck was that word supposed to be?
I think maybe lively?
Livelihood. Okay. Sorry.
And my mental health.
I understand your concern.
I'm not a chronic manipulator, though. But if you believe what Reddit days about me, I guess you would believe that. I guess you think I am manipulating you now.
Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Dangerous Spaces says, damn it, this person can't spell properly.
However, do you think it's healthy to surround yourself with a cocoon of endless reassurance? A hive mind of yes men who cannot criticize you? Do you really think that is what is best for you?
I just saw your tweet needed to talk. No manipulation intended. Sorry.
Of course, I appreciate you reaching out to me.
I have zero reassurance Ubo you even talking about. The internet hates me. Check Reddit.
I do check Reddit. You know that I do.
I have no family or friends, and more people online hate me than care about me.
However, like I said, I'm not concerned with what you've done in the past. What I'm concerned about with is how you treat the people who admire you.
At least one message is missing here.
Yes, they do, and they listen to you.
Please don't share this. Please don't share this Reddit. You promised, okay?
I don't remember them promising. They respect you and what you say. You can influence them either negatively or positively.
Sorry I bothered you. I hope your promise means something. Good night.
You have a lot more sway in people's lives than you think, and I know you know this.
Not anymore. Reddit took that away. My career is over.
Oh dear God. You're not that stupid.
All I wanted to say was pay close attention, Nisser, my birthday in July. You will be really happy, I promise.
You could do so much more for the people who still hang on to your content, the ones who still smile at you and treat what you say with respect and admiration.
They will be happy too then, promise.
Yet all you do is take from them. All you ever do is take from them and give them nothing of substance in return.
Nah, I'm giving it all back in July. Watch. You will be really happy, promise. We're not doing
Wow.
all 105 pictures. But this goes
Oh,
on.
there's more to this?
Yeah, this goes on for 105 pictures, this conversation.
Jesus fuck. What? Oh, wow. When's his birthday?
I don't know.
July's almost over.
Yeah, right?
This was written. Oh, this is written at the end of June.
And it
So-
goes all the way to it updates, it says 4:30 p.m., then blocked. Last updated 2 days ago. So
Oh, wow.
I guess we'll see. This is insane. This is absolutely insane.
Oh God, this goes back to when he only made that $400 off the one video.
Is that what this
Oh.
is about?
Oh God, you know what this is? It's that, and it's also the what was that car? What's the car, Polly?
Oh, shit.
Tesla.
A Tesla, right?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's what the whole all you do is take. For those of you who missed that whole drama, Boogie, sometimes you're a dumbass. So in one tweet, Boogie, I think it was a tweet. I think they were both tweets. In one of them, Boogie makes the claim that his advertisers just paid for his new Tesla.
Yeah.
And then in his next tweet, well, it's not the next tweet, but in the next tweet you see when this all blew up, was him complaining that he didn't have the money to pay for his Tesla. And people were like, what the fuck are you whining about? You make a ton of money. And instead of just shutting up about it, Boogie started making jokes about paying for his Tesla. He did the bathwater thing, you know, the gamer girl bathwater with this is how I'm going to pay for my Tesla. Misreading the cues completely about how that was all going down. Excuse me, going down. But at that same time, he posted a picture of a screenshot of his AdSense. Well, not his AdSense, it's his YouTube analytics, where it showed that he only made $488 from one of his videos.
He was distraught.
Distraught, just upset. What the hell's happening? Like, welcome to the real world, motherfucker.
I wish I could make fucking $400 a video.
No
I mean,
shit.
that would be 8/10 of my new computer right there. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
If I made $400 a video, I would be uploading every single day.
No shit. No, it was actually 488 because I thought it would be funny if he actually made 1488 with all his crap he was talking at the time too. Because he also jumped on the he was on the fence about whether or not it was okay to say lispy fag or lispy queer or whatever it was Crowder had said.
Boogie on the fence?
I know,
Wow.
right? I know. Picking random. I'm just yeah, I'm gonna have to read through all of this because dear God.
Yeah, this is I didn't know there was the extra 1.500 pictures, so definitely gonna have to check that out.
I think yeah, can no longer send messages to this person.
I have sold. A woman in the picture posted the screenshot of the Boogie 1488 has blocked you.
Did this person make a video about him?
Let's go check out their channel.
What is the name? Eye of Soul?
Yeah, they're 40,000 subs. Not bad. No video.
Well,
Just one that says the conversation with Boogie.
Oh, so it must have been about this. Wow.
2 hours long.
Jesus Christ.
I guess I could put this to the side and watch it while I video game later.
Yeah, they're
Dick Masterson said, "Everyone, check your obituaries for a donkey chompers."
Oh man. Eye of Soul's last tweet that they tweeted out was I've been away for the weekend and haven't been paying much attention, but apparently the DM debacle has come up in my path again. I've said all I needed to say at this point, and he can look for another person to threaten suicide and self-harm to if he wants. I'm not interested.
I mean, because that's what he was doing, right?
Yeah, it gets down to that a little bit later on. Yep, with the nobody loves me, I'm going to harm myself kind of thing. Wow. Boogie, man.
And that is manipulation.
Oh, it is, absolutely. But Boogie needs to get some help. If he's honestly this depressed, he needs help. And if he's not, he needs to stop this shit.
What's the point? I know everyone has an issue with saying that Twitter, Facebook, all these things are not therapist offices. So what's the point of doing this in some random girl's DMs? Especially when you're a fucking big E-celeb. What was he thinking? She's going to go, "Oh, I feel so bad for you. Here's some titty pictures."
No, you know what happened? This is Boogie's problem all along. As he mentions up there in the top, she must have said something on Reddit or on Twitter about the Reddit stuff, and he needs everybody to like him. He needs everybody to like him. And one way or another, he'll try to make that happen, I guess. What is this that Piccolo sent?
Circus Zero says pee-pee touches.
Boogie tweeted out 5 hours ago. A lot of really great people have been really kind these last 24 hours, and I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. A lot of you saw the cry for help in those chat logs and have been wonderful and supportive. I'm currently keeping my head above water. No worries. Thanks. Yeah.
You can't say no worries after just like explaining how you're going to kill yourself in some random thoughts DMs.
Yeah. No, and if you read, oh man. This is on the 26th of last month. Hey man, this is him. Hey man, hope you are well, feeling better today. Stayed off Twitter too. The guy replied, or the girl, whatever that is. Hey, good to hear. And Boogie follows up with, last night was me at my most disassociated and manic. Sorry you had to see it. That's not, yeah, this is what people talk about when they say Boogie's trying to use Twitter as a therapist. He does go in here to whine about this. This is why I noticed that he was talking about the whole video that he didn't make. He only made $400. I made 5K off 4 million views last month. Some videos do better than others. The video I shared was a Francis video. It only made $400 off 600K. It was 488, Boogie, almost 5. I don't know.
Oh, wow. Check Twitter. Upside Down Harlot. That is amazing.
What am I checking?
We got tagged in a picture. All three of us.
Did I? Okay, let's see. Oh, far. Yes, indeed. Far is a really good artist with that kind of stuff. I
Yeah,
love
that's
Polly's little otter.
amazing. Oh yeah, Polly is a little otter. Look at that.
Just making
Yeah,
my way over here.
She's made him into an otter. Was that her or did you do that first, Polly?
The otter thing?
Yeah.
I think that was far. I'm pretty sure. I think, yeah, pretty sure
You
that was
know,
far.
otter is a thing in the gay community, right?
Yeah, I only found that out very recently, but
by then it had already taken hold.
Yeah, considering I'm not in the gay community, I'm not that worried about it.
Bear says he does it because it's easy, because he's naive, because it's a short-term boost that ultimately doesn't solve anything. I don't think he's naive about it at all. I think he's doing it on purpose.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah,
I mean, that sums up what was happening. Two people intently reading while one poor little otter sits back rather confused at the whole thing.
Going, what in the hell? The great part is I think Far got the spelling right there too.
I think so.
I think that's spot on. Excuse me. Yeah, that's yeah, but he goes on to talk about how little money he made in that video. You know what? That's your business, man. I don't know why you're whining about that. If you have a problem with it, go to your people at YouTube. You're one of the ones who cheers anytime something bad goes. When somebody gets in trouble, you're like, well, they shouldn't have said that. Oh God, you fucking puss. Anyway,
here, check this out, guys. I did. Well, I've been talking here. I got bored and did a reimagining of a cover of The Question as that umbrella guy face. People have been sending stuff like this, and I can't do original art, but I was reading this copy of The Question, and I was like, that could easily be converted to a tug face because it's usually like the full raincoat with the fedora, and then he's got the Umbrella Corporation mask on because that Umbrella Corporation is Tug's symbol that he uses.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a lot of stuff like that. So I converted this, and it'd be like, why does this man of mystery cause so much pain to so many on Twitter?
Polly, you need to jump on the Ghost Poo and do one of the drawing games with us.
One of those things where it's like draw this kind of thing.
Well, I'll pick a topic from that day's show, and I'll go, you guys have 10 minutes to come up with the best piece of art for this. Here's the concept, go with it.
I don't know. I'm not a good original artist. I'm just I just fuck around in Photoshop.
Here, let me show you what Drunkle won with on Friday.
Okay.
Because you'll understand why it's just, sometimes lower quality is better.
Right.
I think I said, draw me Blair White destroying his own career, and Drunkle drew this and won.
Pincalo says, Pictionary? It's kind of a Pictionary.
That's fucking mean. Oh my God. That's so mean. Holy shit.
Let me show you what Monkey drew and won with. Monkey's was hilarious. I think I said, draw me me at the border cutting illegals with a sword. Was that it, Monkey?
Yeah, something like that.
With my fire sword. No, I just said chopping illegals.
Yeah, you just said cutting him up, and the guys added the fire part.
And this is what Monkey drew and won with.
That's my awesome art, y'all.
I love the manic insane face on the Dick Smasher. That's great.
He gave me British teeth, and I don't know why.
Because I was using paint instead of Photoshop. That's what you get.
But yeah,
British teeth if I have to use paint.
It's just hilarity all the way around.
Oh no, it is a lot of fun. That's a cool game you came up with there. Ghost Poo Pictionary.
Ghost Poo Pictionary.
Ebony asked me, are you slim like an otter in real life? I had this horrible dream the other day that I was fat. And it was I can tell you exactly how fat because I stepped on a scale in the dream. How particular is that? Is that weird?
Yeah.
That is weird.
288 pounds.
Dude, oof. I feel a little attacked right now.
Well, I wasn't trying to. But
go play the lottery. Play 288. I have a little a thing about that. If I see a number in my dream, I go play it. I just
Yeah.
put like $1 down on the pick 3 and I play it.
That was more or less Jack's response to it. He's like, I was telling him about it before the last. That's why I was super late to start comic book curation. I was going a day late because Jack was feeling a little sick on Wednesday, so we did it the following day, Thursday. And anyway, before the show started, I'm telling him, I was like, oh, guys, I just woke up from like a nap that went way too long and I had the worst fucking nightmare. It wasn't even a nightmare. It was just way too vivid. You know what I mean? I was like, I weighed 288 pounds. I stepped on a scale. It's like, wait a minute. How tall are you? I'm like 6'2". It's like, that's not fat. Shut up. I'm like, no, man, that was fat. I stepped in front of the mirror and I had a big old gut. And when I woke up, I like grabbed my stomach. I'm not fat. Jesus Christ. What the hell was all that about?
Dude. Okay, first off, attacked. Second off, I'm writing this down because I got to go to the store here in a minute, and I'm gonna play this.
You're gonna play 288?
Yeah.
What lottery are you playing that only involves 3 numbers?
The pick 3, the 288.
Oh well, the 288.
I'm playing the 288. Twitter trending is just a real interesting place. Number 1 trending for me right now is Moscow Mitch McTreason.
You want to know what my number 1 is?
What?
Mansplain women problems.
That sounds like a fucking good hashtag.
The top one over there, when I click on it, says, if you'd leave the seat up, maybe I wouldn't pee on it.
Okay, let me look for this. Mansplain. Okay, there we go. Oh, I'm definitely tweeting under this hashtag.
You know, I've never understood the basis of that whole thing. Men leave the toilet seat up. Okay, first of all, are you not looking before you sit down?
No,
I don't.
Why? Men sit down on the toilet too to take a dump. I wouldn't not look down first. I don't get it.
I don't know. I'm not a woman, man.
And I mean, how narrow does your ass have to be to go right into the toilet if you sit down and the toilet seat isn't even down? I mean, sure, it's going to be weird and uncomfortable and so forth, but it's not like you're going to go hit the water. I mean, how narrow do you have to be to even manage that? And the final point is, the toilet seat's up. So put it down. Like, is that so much work? How long does that take?
They're all independent, strong women until the toilet seat has to go up or down.
Yeah, I close the toilet when I'm done. Completely close it just because you should. When you flush, you really should have your toilet lid closed. But I mean,
yeah, you talked about the shit germs one night, Monkey. And
it's true.
It goes into the air.
Yep. But yeah, if you're one of those, you have to put it down. You're not talking about actually closing the lid. It's just as much your responsibility to lift it back up for him. Just throwing that out there. Isn't it supposed to be shared responsibility?
Yeah. You know what the worst is? I have 3 kids that are really excited to get into the bathroom and get out, and they don't always flush. Whatever they're doing, I go, child, fix this.
You follow Matt Walsh?
No.
I don't remember how he came on my radar.
All this toilet talks made me gotta poo. I'll be right back.
He tweeted out,
I'm really presenting to everyone, by the way.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He tweeted out, I'm really relieved to see #EndViolence trending. It's about time someone suggested that we go ahead and end violence. Honestly, I was more on keep violence side of the discussion until I read those tweets. And then I was like, wow, they make a good point. #EndViolence. Make murder illegal, guys. It'll solve all our problems. Make crime illegal. That's what we really need to do. We haven't made crime illegal yet. Guys, I didn't mean to be ignoring the chat, and I did go over and check out the hashtag, but we are winding down here. I'm falling asleep. Excuse me. So sorry, guys. My woman screams across the house. I laugh because I know I left the toilet seat up.
And far references, I don't really come across that thing very much. It's when I'm forced to use the unisex bathroom. Monkey, imagine that. living in a house with so many women that they get divided along gender in that way, and there's only like one bathroom that's the unisex bathroom, and that's the only way you can go in where there aren't like women's lotions and potions and other accoutrements. Jesus.
Both
Poor
of
guy.
our bathrooms are unisex because the children occupied the top floor, and well, the oldest boy and girl occupied the top floor, so her stuff was in that bathroom, and my wife, me, and the youngest basically lived downstairs, and so wife's stuff is in there. So there's no men's bathroom, man. There's no Al Bundy's own bathroom in this house.
See, I don't understand. Like, what is it that makes a woman's bathroom? Like, what? I mean, so you walk in there and like everything's got like there's a bunch of doilies and pink things. Like, I don't get it.
We don't actually have a girly bathroom. We just have there's stuff that they put on everywhere.
I do remember listening to that one stream that Sugar Tits and Bearing were doing, and she was complaining about shit that he does in the bathroom that pisses her off, and she had some good points. Yeah, he sits on the toilet and smokes, and then puts the cigarette butts into the sink, and I'm like, yeah, dude, that's fucked up, man. That's I gotta give it to her. That's pretty fucked. It's like,
at least throw them out when you're done.
Yeah, he doesn't like run like I don't know, like after they've gone out or whatever. He doesn't throw them in the trash. He just leaves them in there and walks out. I'm like, dude, that's low, man. That's some low behavior right there.
Shelly says, thanks, guys. All this toilet talk made me get chased out of the bathroom. No, your man does that at this time like every day. You know better. Stop it. You know better. Women bogs have graffiti written in lipstick and period pads stuck to the ceiling. That's that's at Walmart, man. That's only at Walmart. Oh, goodness. Sinatra, I'm going to have to end the stream with you in the bathroom. What are you doing, man? Hurry up. Man, you need more fiber in your diet.
The British come with the weirdest, like, bogs.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Bear being a Navy man would call like the head or something. You know what I mean? Do the British Navy call it a head? You got me on that one. Maybe not. Maybe not.
I know it's, very common term in the U.S. Navy. I don't think they know how to say bathroom.
Like the stove is the hob? What's up with that?
Oh, yeah, he said heads. There you go.
Okay.
I call it a head. I never understood why it was called a head. I just knew it was.
My guess, it was towards the head of the ship traditionally, but they call that the bow, right? I don't know. You got me on that one.
I'm not sure. It's probably something disgusting I really don't want to know about. Turtle head poking out or some shit like that. We call the toilets heads because years ago, you'd sit on the shitter, lean forward, and your head would be touching the door. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, well, there you go. That makes perfect sense.
Can I just say I do not like the word shit when it's in actual relation to shit?
Why?
It disturbs me.
And Bear's in the Navy, so I'll give you 3 guesses as to why they call it the head.
He just explained it to us.
They also call it the hookup spot.
What? That's horrible. How dare you, sir?
Yeah, I haven't heard a good gay Navy joke in a while. All right.
In the Navy.
Hey, look at him. He said, old ships were tighter than they are now. See?
That's just wrong. And on that, I think we are going to wrap this one up, guys. I don't even know how long we've been going. Easily 2 hours, I'm sure.
Hour 40.
No, that ain't right. Bullshit.
2:20, sorry.
There you go. Yeah, me and Polly argued for an hour. Fuck. Chat, guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us again on this wonderful Tuesday morning. Thank you so much for the donations. I really do appreciate that. Sinatra, is there anything you'd like to shill today?
New creepypasta later, starting a new story series. So check that out.
And
Creepsin.
Creepsin, CREPSIN, all one word, guys.
Yep.
Polly, anything you'd like to show?
God, Gilcado just says on lips, fingertips, and arses all feel the same in the dark. No, they don't. What man-handed hairy women have you been dealing with? That's not true.
What stubble chin fucking handsome broads you talking to?
I'm not sure those were broads.
Stargazer has been posting, which I really appreciate, the link to my channel where we do comic book curation. Well, we're going to do it tomorrow. After that, I can't promise we're going to keep doing it. I don't know. We don't really have any options going forward. So
it's called OBS.
Okay. And where are we meeting up?
Discord?
Jack can't run Discord on his laptop. They don't get along.
Well, there'll be a new thing that you can use. You were telling me about it.
No. I was saying that the thing that everybody thinks is going to be the new thing isn't.
But it's still a means of communication, is it not? Skype, fuck it.
Yeah, Skype, for want of anything else. I mean, it might have to be that. Jack can't run Discord. StreamYard, unless you pay for the premium service, sucks balls. Same thing with Skype. Unless you pay for the premium Skype, it sucks balls. And Google Meet, you absolutely have to pay for Google Meet. Unless Discord's been, or YouTube's been keeping it a complete secret that when on August 1st, when Hangouts is gone, Meet's coming in. I don't think so. They haven't said anything about it, and there's no link for it. And Google Meet has no YouTube integration.
So Polly's trying to say is he has a show tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And possibly for the last time. I don't know. Stay tuned.
It is not the last time. I will not let that be the last comic book curation. I need something to listen to while I shower, damn it.
All right. Yeah, so there it is. You can check us out tomorrow. And thanks for watching up until now. It's been nice streaming with y'all.
And tonight we'll be over on Scribe's channel. It's Tuesday. Scribe's channel, 9 p.m. Eastern, Lords of the Night. No game stream after that. I might game. If I can't fall asleep, I'll get back up and come throw on something. I haven't done Tropico in a while. Maybe I'll do that one. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Sinatra, Polly, thanks for joining me. Everybody, have a wonderful Tuesday, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good day, everyone.